Present Clash of Champions Gold Rush.
Ooh,
right on time.
Masterclass, boys. Masterclass in timing.
Lucha. Oh, that's... Kalisto looks cool.
He's like a white... some kind of bird.
I think we can all agree at this point that Kalisto is the de facto leader of Lucha House Party. Whether or not
I mean,
Bayley and Lindsay
goes
Dorado
to a
choose to
swan, but that
recognize him
doesn't
as
mean...
such these days,
I don't think
is still
that
up for
fits.
debate.
The thing is, even if they do break up, Dorado and Metalik still continues to tag team. Kalisto can go to guess do his own thing. But I don't know if Kalisto's character works as a heel on Raw or SmackDown. Like if he was in the Cruiserweight division in NXT, I could see him being a heel. But
I mean, he could be a heel. It's just a matter of, like, most of the time you look at someone and it's like, oh, they're a heel. They're just, like, dominating people or doing, like, heelish things. But because he's a cruiserweight, he could at least be annoying.
yeah, I just don't think him as a heel he's going to have much success in the winning column on SmackDown. Aside from a short feud with Dorado.
Tajiri.
Well, Tajiri had the Cruiserweight title. They're not able to do that.
And his tag team partner, the artist known as
This is actually a really good tag team.
It is. 70 nights ago when they
Man, Cesaro's like Mr. Tag Team. Like every tag team he's been in, he's won the tag title with.
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd, Sheamus, Nakamura. Speaking of Tyson Kidd, he's been in the ring, so he's been doing this therapy, trying to get his injury done, so maybe he could be the next miraculous return. The way his career ended was not right.
I'm just, even with all the training, I'm still worried. Because all it takes is for him to either be up against someone who isn't as careful, or for him to do like one thing wrong. And I feel like if WWE had any sense, the moment they see that, the moment one unsafe thing happens with him, they like pull him.
Well, it's always the same thing about Daniel Bryan and Edge when they came back. I don't think WWE clears somebody unless they actually feel that they can compete. They like Bryan and Edge. They check them out after every match.
It's Dorado and Kalisto.
Then when Kalisto was
Oh, so
present to
they're
begin
definitely going to
with. Now
lose.
Kalisto's back in the
They're
mix. They need to
definitely
recalibrate
I love
their
your
chemistry.
enthusiasm.
And it's
man.
Dorado starting
Yeah,
things
they're
off against Cesaro, and there's the power of
Like,
the
why would you
Swiss
put the two
cyborg.
who have been fighting this whole time together?
Man in WWE.
Kalisto has seemed rather confused on talking smack yesterday morning on the free version of the WWE Network when he said, I don't understand why Metalik and Dorado don't see me as the leader. I'm the one who brings this team together.
Listen, in this
Well, he's
position,
actually
you
right.
by example. You
Definitely
can run
did
your
camp
mouth all day,
together. I
but you
remember
have
that.
to back it up with the action.
Yeah,
And
Kalisto
has to
is the leader.
really reclaim the title of leader.
He's the most successful of the three, the most well-known of the three.
Look at this.
At least in
Lindsay Dorado
WWE.
sends
I remember
Cesaro
when he kept on
flying,
taking
and there's a
free
drop kick to
Pinatas to
Cesaro into the corner.
And Nigel McGee
Dorado with a kick to the side of the face. Tag made. Here comes the self-proclaimed leader of the Lucha House Party, Kalisto. Kalisto missed a number of months of action with a separated shoulder.
Yeah, after
Great
this
double
match,
team by the
we'll try to
Lucha
sync
House
up to
Party.
the best for
Careful
abilities
not to
like
get
with
themselves
All Out.
disqualified. Cover.
By Kalisto and a kick
Feels
out
like we're
by
only a
Cesaro.
few seconds off from each other.
We are just about 19 minutes away from the start of Clash
What's your
of
timer
Champions
say?
proper.
19:25.
Streaming live on the WWE
So is
Network
mine.
inside WWE
I mean,
Thunderdome and
at this
Amway
point now,
Center.
it's 19-19.
Every match is a
Yeah,
title
we're all
match,
synced up.
including this
Hey,
one
we're
we're
all pretty
watching
good.
right now.
And
Like
Kalisto
we're probably
looking
like
now with a
a couple
sleeper hold
seconds
locked
off,
into
like a
Cesaro.
second or two off here and
Lucha
there,
House
but it's
Party
not
looking to
enough
win
to
their
like
first
warrant
ever tag team
concern.
titles.
Smart strategy by Kalisto, looking to
There
slow
you
down,
go.
neutralize some of the
You
power of
got
the
you got
Swiss
my top
Superman.
card.
Cesaro still has a lot of gas.
Yeah, Dorado apparently been teasing unmasking on his Instagram. Apparently.
That's not a good idea.
Debatable. It really depends on who you talk about when it comes to
Well, I mean,
unmasking.
that would be the way to turn heel traditionally.
Well, if Dorado's the one who turns heel.
Well, I mean, any member of Lucha House Party, that would be their way of turning heel. Is instead of their colorful mask,
Past several weeks of the aggression deep within
no, I'm not wearing this anymore.
One of the most prolific strikers in sports entertainment, as Lindsay just found out firsthand.
Kicking Dorado off the top rope into the floor. Remember, Nakamura and Cesaro have champions advantage tonight. You got to pin or submit the champs to win the tag team gold.
And we talked about the mind games. Even in that instance, Shinsuke
yeah, that
Nakamura
retribution
caused a
thing.
momentary
Apparently, they brought that
distraction,
freaking
throwing
stupid
Kalisto
rule they
off
did a
his game.
couple months
This
ago
is
with
masterful
somebody
mind game work.
attacking. Was it the guy on the apron attacking the active opponent? They brought that up in the retribution match. Apparently, they weren't supposed to.
Been together for a few months now. Cesaro, of course, a 7-time.
No, I'm not going to talk about retribution. These are four amazing wrestlers. Well, three amazing wrestlers and Kalisto in this match. So.
I don't think I'd be out of line by saying
What the heck?
tag team.
Kalisto's a great wrestler.
You reach the pinnacle of your career when you win tag team gold.
Him and Sin Cara were great as Lucha Dragons.
Yeah, they did some great Lucha things.
The better Sin Cara, not the original.
They did some great Lucha things.
Dude, I missed that originally, and I had to go back and watch it because I missed it. I was watching that draft too, and I missed that. I didn't realize it until like later I saw on Botchamania. It's like, oh, he really fucked that up.
Cesaro and Nakamura in no rush, in no hurry. Oh man!
Dorado looping now after the kicks by Nakamura. And again, this one, Dorado goes down, and he may be out. Cover now by Shinsuke Nakamura. 2-count kick out by Dorado.
Every one of those kicks from Shinsuke Nakamura like being struck in the chest with a Louisville slugger.
Nakamura and Cesaro doing a great job.
Did you hear about the controversy with 2K Battlegrounds and a picture they used? Yeah, apparently, in 2K Battlegrounds, there's this part where it's a bit of a tutorial about how to win a Royal Rumble. And there's one shot where it's like, hey, once you follow these rules, you see victory. And there's a victory pose of a female wrestler. It just so happens that female wrestler is Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, it looks like Tessa Blanchard, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Because she was, no, it is, because the person in the winning pose in the tutorial mode was literally doing the Tessa Blanchard pose she did with the Impact World Championship.
In spite of all the accolades that you just
weird.
Like, it was her, like, hair, her outfit, like, the way she, like, they patched it out already, but, like, I didn't realize. I was like, wow. I mean, somebody just basically just Google searched like championship, like wrestler winning poses. And just went off of that.
The 2K games always had, like, even if you didn't have a wrestler that's with WWE in an official capacity, you could still like kind of recreate some of them based on their like poses. They wouldn't say flat out who that pose or like entrance is from, but it's like if you remember the wrestler, then you remember the pose. So it could have been something like that, where it's just like at the time of 2K Battlegrounds being made, I think Tessa was still out, or was like not at Impact at the moment.
Perched up top.
Cross body.
At least she was with Impact.
Well, I mean, that whole Mexico scenario happened. I think that's.
Shinsuke instinctively rolling towards Cesaro in his own corner.
I think they both coincided, so they probably could have.
Cesaro now the legal man, and he drops Kalisto off the apron. Veteran move by the Swiss Superman.
Tag team awareness. Cesaro realizing the situation and capitalizing on it.
Oh, dumping Dorado in the corner, tag made again, and here comes the ever-dangerous Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, big boot to the gut. I should say knee to the gut. And now Cesaro.
Yeah, it was a knee.
He corrected himself.
Teamwork.
Double team. Oh, and
It's not like the other times where Cole just completely ignores his screw-ups.
Hooks the leg. Is it enough to put him
Man,
away?
it's hard to watch
Barely getting the
NXT
shoulder up and
without
surviving.
Mike Morrow's
Here's Lindsay
commentary.
Dorado.
It's hard.
Lindsay Dorado desperately needs to make a
Cole
tag.
could go in a
He's met
completely
with
different
sharp knee
direction.
and another.
Everyone realizes he screws up,
Nakamura,
but he
knee
just
after
like
knee.
gaslights everyone else. It's
And
like,
look at the
that was a
aggression
knee
in
to the
Shinsuke
gut. It's like,
Nakamura.
no,
Cover
that was
now.
a kick to the
On
face.
Dorado.
It was a knee to the
Count
gut.
in.
Didn't you see it? Oh my
It's
god.
like somebody just ticked Nakamura
They don't
off
need
that
heel
way.
Mark Cole to ever come back. That was
Probably something
horrible.
you said.
I don't know what
Disagree strongly.
Again,
Cole happened
like
to have
a
a standing invite to the
wrestling
Champions Lounge.
Really?
Outfit. and-
Absolutely.
And Cesaro
Dude,
into the corner and
I was so lucky
as he
for
follows it up with a
the
big
Cole,
uppercut
heel
to
Cole to be
Dorado.
when I was like taking a break from wrestling last. That whole heel
Dorado trying
Cole
to make it
saga
to
I
Kalisto yet
completely
again, but
missed.
he continues
So
to be
happy I
punished
did
by
because
the
I look back and
champions.
watch some stuff from him like
Dorado lands on his feet,
Oh,
tremendous bounce
this
through the leg.
hurts.
Tag man, here comes
I didn't even
Kalisto.
watch it live
And now
and it
Kalisto,
hurts.
the fresh man, cross
You didn't have to
body.
watch that WrestleMania match where Jerry Lawler finally gets him back, then the anonymous general manager reverses the decision and gives Cole the win.
The pace quickening with
Don't-
Kalisto.
I don't-
And the anonymous general manager,
Look at that. That's
they
a
dropped it, and then months later, like, oh yeah, it was
Cesaro
Hornswoggle the whole
coming out
time.
with
It's
the
like, no, it
SmackDown
fucking
Tag Team
wasn't.
titles. Hook of the leg, is it enough here? And Nakamura saves the
You guys ever
matchup.
seen anybody you know
Right in
in
the nick of
Thunderdome?
time.
What?
No.
Nakamura now engaging with Lindsay.
Have you ever seen someone you know in screens?
Went for the stunner, caught by
in
No.
Thunderdome?
No.
Reverse exploder. Lindsay
I
lands
know
on
there,
his feet.
there was that stupid rumor that Kenny
Backstabber
Omega
by
was one of the
Dorado to
guys.
Nakamura.
That was photoshopped, and he made a joke of it.
Yeah.
And now Cesaro on the apron. runs
No,
into a
I've
kick
I've
by
recognized
Kalisto
no
and
one.
another one.
Remember Kalisto
Honestly.
and Cesaro, the legal competitors
At this
right
point,
now.
I'm
watching
kind of just
himself caught
wondering,
now.
like,
Oh no.
how
No,
kind
you
of
don't.
fine.
And Dorado.
Oh, that was
Double
nice.
team.
That was pretty nice.
Dorado
Put your clap.
turning that
Put
into
your
a
clap.
tornado DDT.
Um,
And now Dorado
Ooh.
knocking out Kalisto.
This is the teamwork that
Like, I
Lucha
kind
House
of
Party
wonder
needs
if
to
they've
execute.
found a
Grand
way
Metal
to
League
filter
playing
out
cheerleader.
more
And
like
Dorado and Kalisto, as Corey mentioned,
obscene
working so well as a team.
photos or pictures
Kalisto
or
going up
screens that may come up
From the
during the
bottom
show.
row.
Moonsault tag made. Here's Dorado now, who's legal.
They're definitely
From the
keeping a
second
tighter
row,
look
delivers
on
a
it.
moonsault to Cesaro. Tag again. Kalisto now. Looking to go up top, perhaps closing in on the tag team titles. Moonsault again. Covered by Kalisto to win
One,
the gold.
two.
Count, kick out.
No.
I don't know if we could
Nope,
chalk
nope,
it
nope.
up to ring rust, but it took Kalisto about a half a second longer than usual to deliver that
And
moonsault.
Cesaro,
That could be the only reason
whatever he is
Cesaro
done with his
escaped.
tag, he needs to go for the
Cesaro
Intercontinental
will
title. He hasn't held
grab
singles
the leg
title
of Kalisto and not
since,
allow him
I
to
think,
make a tag. Shoulders
20
down again. Cesaro kicks it too.
2012, maybe? The United, when did he hold the United States title?
Proficient Cesaro is at keeping his own body. But
Nakamura.
Like
He's
I
back in
just
his
I just found out about the Kyle
apron into
O'Reilly
the
statistic
barricade.
about how many singles matches he's
Now
had.
the- oh, suplex
Since
right onto
joining
the top of the
WWE.
barricade.
Lindsay caught
Apparently
his
it's
chin on
only
the top
5.
of the barricade. He might be out.
He's
Look
only
at
had
this
5
inside the ring
singles
though.
matches.
Cesaro,
Like
the
one-on-one
true
matches or
power
just
Yeah.
non-tag team matches?
One-on-one matches.
And Kalisto rolls through
Like,
with
he's
the
only had
tag
about,
team
like,
gold
5 or
kick out
6
again by
total.
Cesaro.
Well,
So
I mean,
many
some
near
of these
falls
guys
to the Lucha
seem
House
to
Party,
just
going for Selena Del
just be
Sol.
booked as like
Nakamura
tag team
makes the
people.
tag. Kalisto
That's why I think you
runs
haven't
into
seen
an uppercut.
Cesaro with a title for so
I
long.
think we're
It's like,
going
to make up
swinging.
for it, he has these multiple tag team title reigns.
Shinsuke
It's
with the
Yeah.
knee cover now. Nakamura and Cesaro retain.
That was a good match. That was a good opener. I mean, good
Lucha
start.
House Party didn't screw themselves. It was a clean win.
Yeah.
And Shinsuke Nakamura. Corey, our first
That was a good
championship
pre-show
match
match.
here tonight on Clash of Champions, and Cesaro and Nakamura retain.
Emphatically.
That's why Nakamura had to get a world
Very
title run before he
impressive
retires.
outing For the reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Just one.
Lucha House Party brought the fight. There were a few glimmers of greatness as the match progressed. Let's take a look at where we started. Earlier in the
Good
match,
match.
after Cesaro stopped the momentum of Kalisto, Lindsay with the assist.
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard, Hell in a Cell was moved from November 1st to October 25th.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
Because their current lease with the Amway Center ends on, I think, 27th.
And here it's like Cesaro swinging Kalisto, boom, right into a
Which I think they'll make another deal.
Nakamura's knee connects, and it's a victory for the champion.
I know they were talking about hopefully having actual fans in the arena by Survivor Series.
Oh, don't get me started on the Phase 3 thing. Did you read about the Phase 3 thing for Florida? Apparently, governor's pushing forward for like Phase 3 reopening.
Yeah, it's been working so far.
Yeah, I'm still worried about it overall.
It's fine. My whole thing is, I wish they could actually come up with a name. Like it's right now, it's just called NXT Takeover 31. Like, come on, guys, you could come up with a name.
Dude, they announced this thing like a week and a half in advance.
Oh, come on, you tell me in a week and a half you can't come up with a name. Just come up with a real name.
NXT Takeover
COVID 31.
What?
Takeover COVID 31.
So it's so infectious, it's mind-blowing.
It's so infectious, it'll take your breath away.
Oh, okay, we're gonna stop with those jokes. Ooh, John Cena.
Wait, one more. It's so infectious, you'll die alone.
You've worked your whole life for this.
Well,
Okay, yeah, that's definitely enough.
To hold this honor. To be the best.
So, which match do you guys think is going to be the
But in a
best?
Triple threat. Triple threat.
Yeah,
IC
ladder
title
match.
It should all go away.
Ladder match, yeah.
Like
See,
that's gonna be the best match. The best
others out there
story
that work
match
just
is
as
gonna
hard
have
as
to be the Universal Championship.
They
match.
say it's my turn now. I'm the one who everyone will chase.
Also with Roman,
So this is it.
honestly, I can see
Clash
two
of
people
Champions.
being the one to finally take him down.
Yeah.
One's
A
Big
night that ends
E,
all the debates.
and the other's the Fiend.
An all-out gold rush.
But whoever it is, it should happen at WrestleMania.
You get in that ring
I think Roman should have the belt to at least Mania.
with a I came to clean house and defend what's mine attitude.
Which we
Say,
still have to
I am a
see
champion.
if Mania still happens. It's scheduled to happen in Los Angeles.
Mania? Yeah. Oh, Los Angeles. But like,
Hollywood.
yeah, right now, like for Mania, it's like Inglewood, California. It's not even Hollywood. It's Inglewood, California. But they're building it in Hollywood.
Being that there's going to be a brand new stadium and WrestleMania will be the first event in it.
And my thing is, if California doesn't let it happen, I just say go back to Tampa and give Tampa the WrestleMania they were supposed to get.
With the run that Bayley has been on, I don't see anybody.
Well, I mean, if things start to progress in a positive manner in terms of like COVID and stuff like that, I could see it, but then I could also see it being
How will you answer?
they operate not at full capacity for the
Yeah.
event, so it's like it's even more. It makes it even more special, I guess, for those people who do get tickets to
And
that
now,
WrestleMania,
Monday,
because
at
there's even
WWE
less
2K
seats.
Battlegrounds present Clash of
But
Champions.
then again, the
Gold Rush.
upside, the downside of that would be price gouging, like extreme price gouging.
Yeah. Well, depending on how much they have to cut attendance, I say don't do it in a big football stadium where it's obvious there aren't a lot of people. Just move it to the Staples Center. You can hide the numbers better that way. Yeah, hopefully they can redo their release of the Amway Center because it looks way better like this than it was in the Performance Center, which always looked like a local indie show.
Or what they could do is
That's what's wrong with indie shows.
half Thunderdome, half like live audience. So it's just like you have actual people and virtual people all together.
I think that's what they'll do as they go along. Because I know they were aiming for Survivor Series to be the first one to have some real fans there. And honestly, being in a big arena like this, it's easier than it was in the Performance Center, which is basically a warehouse.
Yeah.
They don't want none. They don't want none. Has new shirt.
Yeah.
The gloves are on.
And that's right, both championships hanging above the ring. One is the Intercontinental title belonging to Jeff Hardy. The other, many call it the faux Intercontinental Championship held by Sami Zayn.
So this means that Sami never sent the belt back. They made a whole new belt for Styles.
I guess so.
But tonight,
I mean, don't the wrestler, like when they win a title, don't they have the opportunity to like own the belt?
Back in the day, and some old school companies still do it today, you would put down a deposit and you would have the physical title. That's how Ric Flair was actually able to take the NWA Big Gold Belt to the WWE, because he had the deposit they didn't pay him back for, so he felt he owned the physical belt. But
Wait, they're all
Remember this?
the peril of a
Yeah.
matchup like this
That was a lot
cannot
of
be
fun.
overstated. All
Hey, don't
three
forget,
competitors,
Otis is
Styles,
so currently the Mr.
Zayn,
Money in
and
the
Hardy
Bank.
extremely familiar with the risks
The Miz is
involved.
trying to steal it
This
through his
is like a
sneaky
human car
lawyers.
crash
It was
waiting to
funny
happen.
how
No
like Tucker finds, wait, Miz, why is only your name on the list? And then
Yeah.
Otis gets his ass kicked. It's like,
Yeah, and Morrison looked at him like, what?
yeah, they'll probably have a match, and like Miz or Morrison will win it, or both will win it, and then they'll feud over who like gets to cash in.
No, it should be Otis. Otis has till the next Money in the Bank.
There's no delusion about it, Michael Cole. This isn't like Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. This isn't like other sports where you win
I think what they've been
a title
holding
and
on
then
to
next year you
Otis,
try to win it again. You
because they're waiting to
defend
have
your
actual
title
people in the
until you lose
audience.
it. Sami Zayn never lost it.
Nonetheless, not unlike AJ, Sami has
And they said that Roman Reigns coming back kind of threw his skew in their plans, because they were ready to push Big E. But Roman Reigns coming back pushed that back.
That's fine. Oh, they're like experienced with their ladder matches. Oh, can't wait to get to Jeff. We're gonna be here for like an hour. Like, where do you start with Jeff Hardy and ladders?
Or change lives.
You can show any of the TLC matches.
Well, they do a 1-minute compilation of him just jumping off of stuff. That's it. It's not specifically ladders, it's just him jumping off of stuff.
He is the Intercontinental Champion.
Man, Hardy's his last Intercontinental reign and this one, his last Intercontinental reign before was 2007. Jesus. That's a long period of time between title reigns. Hey, I know it makes us all feel old that 2007 was a long time ago.
Well, how long ago after 2007 was he still in WWE?
He was there off and on.
Right.
He had second run with TNA during that time.
Come on. Yeah, he did a better one years ago.
Yeah, but
They're trying to show a recent one.
Where I can spot. Where's Matt? Where's Matt?
yeah, but we were there for that one.
Yeah,
Remember?
I remember it. Well, me and you were there for that one, but in separate parts of the what was it, the Citrus Bowl? So.
They just want to be like, remember when you guys were excited when the Hardy Boys came out together, and everyone was excited, and then it happened.
That is the loudest I've heard any
Both
group of
championships
people
above the ring. You have to
ever
grab both titles to win.
when they popped out.
I think the loudest was the Roman Reigns entrance during that WrestleMania.
Now Jeff Hardy gets involved in this triple threat ladder match.
Oh yeah, same goes for Goldberg too, surprisingly enough.
Sami Zayn built some momentum.
That surprised me when they Goldberg, everyone was doing like, oh, I guess we don't like Goldberg. Okay.
Very well may come into play, but if nothing else, it boosted the
I mean, I feel
confidence
like
of
that was
Sami Zayn.
kind of
Sammy knows he can
solidified
defeat
during
both of
one
these
of
opponents
the
simultaneously
Saudi
because they
shows.
just did it 48 hours ago.
And there's a reason why there's
fans were booing the shit out of Goldberg for
this matchup by all three
being the
of
Fiend
these
was still
superstars.
fucking stupid.
One of them held the
No, we
Intercontinental
ignore that
Championship in
now,
the past,
Nick. You
including
know
Jeff
that.
Hardy 5 times.
We
Right
ignore
out of the
that.
gate,
You
Jeff
don't bring it up
Hardy
ever
getting
again.
creative. This is truly
Oh, good thing
Hardy's
that came
new
out of that
you.
was a Braun
The
Strowman
ability
got
to
a
use
decent
the
world title
ladders, the
run.
surroundings as
Decent, yeah.
weapons.
And now Jeff Hardy. It
was a great feud with him and the
will be
Fiend.
the first superstar to
And then Roman just
put the
stepped all
ladder
over
into
it.
play in this ladder match. AJ Styles
I'm back,
with a baseball
LOL.
slide to the ribs of Hardy.
Now they got Braun
The
showing up on
all-time
Raw
greats over a
Underground.
dozen Hall of
But, you
Famers
know,
have
at
held the
least for a
prestigious
fact, Roman got him to
Intercontinental
agree. You should
Championship,
make me a heel if I'm
including
coming
these
back.
three
You
men,
know?
Pat Patterson,
You
of
should make
course,
me a
the
heel
inaugural back
because
in
it works so well.
1979.
It works
Yeah.
much better with
Shawn
him returning
Michaels,
like this,
Stone
taking a
Cold
title
Steve
from the
Austin,
Fiend and
The
Strowman.
Rock,
So like,
Edge, among
Well,
others,
there's-
including The Miz, who's held it more than just about anyone.
In a way,
Now look at taking high
Ooh.
risk.
it could have
Zayn
worked
off the
out
top
for
rope, taking
him
Styles down,
in
and all three men. And look at Sami Zayn grabbing
either
his
way.
left knee. Will
Like,
that become an
just
issue
because of
in
the
this
fact that
match?
they
I don't
pushed
foresee
him
it becoming an
as
issue
a
once
face
the
for
adrenaline
so
truly
long
starts
on
to
us when
flow.
we
It's
didn't
amazing
want
what
him
the
to
human
be,
body is
or we
capable
didn't
of
care for him, and
withstanding.
they were just like, you need to
Now
care about
Sami
Roman.
Zayn,
It's like, no, we don't want
ladder
to care
in
about
hand,
Roman.
perfectly
It's
legal
like
to
you're beating
use.
all these guys that
As
everyone
he
else
drives
is
it across the
for.
spine of Hardy.
I think that kind of destroyed that goodwill. And then when he had the cancer
Where Sammy needs to be
diagnosis,
careful
and
not to
then
get caught up in his own emotions
like,
and Sammy's own pride.
it was
You're
in
gonna get
remission,
very
I
limited
feel like that was
opportunities
the
in an
perfect
environment
time
like this
for when
to
he would
climb
come
the
back.
ladder. You have
And
to
it's just
capitalize
like,
on every one.
that's
Sammy
guaranteed
driven
to
by
be
the
a
fact that
face,
he believes,
because it's
at
like,
least he believes
biggest way
deep
of saying,
inside,
I
that he's the
overcame
true Intercontinental
cancer.
champion. He
I'm
wants
an
to prove to the
inspiration
world that
to
that
you
is the
all.
case.
And
I don't
Yeah.
think
Take it
Sammy's
from
the
here.
only one that believes he's the Intercontinental.
Very
And people
true.
were
I think
and people
so.
were
As Sami
called
Zayn
there
now
to
trying set
Roman.
up the ladder
It
in
was
the
it wasn't
center
until
of
they
the
started
ring
trying
climb
to push
the
him
top,
down
but Jeff
towards
Hardy
again.
does
People
not
were
allow
like,
him to do
okay,
that.
goodwill
And Hardy
phase is
now,
over.
who said he could
Yeah.
not wait for Clash of Champions to start.
Because honestly,
Realizes
they
the
had
odds are
gone
against him tonight,
with
but he's
Reigns
beaten odds
Goldberg, and there
his
had
whole
been people
career.
like people were already ready to boo that match out of the building.
The great Liberator's body racked with pain. And it's only going to get worse from here.
Jeff Hardy pulling himself toward the ladder as you take a listen to this.
Ugh.
And you saw
Oh.
Jeff Hardy dragging his leg across the ring core. You got to wonder, will the knee injury
It's
that
a
Jeff
weird
Hardy
way to
suffered
set
that
up a
cost him
ladder.
a year of action
I
and then
wonder
was
what's gonna
re-aggravated by
happen.
AJ Styles
It's
come
gonna be
into
something
play at
really
all here, Ty?
stupidly
I disagree.
amazing.
I don't think you need to wonder.
It's
I
gonna
think it's just
hurt
a matter of how
a lot.
badly it's going to affect Jeff Hardy.
Somebody
tonight.
has to go
I
through
mean,
that.
AJ driving Hardy into the corner.
I
and
feel
Jeff
like
fighting
if
back.
anyone gets
recently
like
as
a
Friday night on
suplex into
SmackDown,
the
Jeff Hardy's
that
knee
ladder
certainly
that
not
way and gets
100%.
pincered, they're gonna
Jeff
get
now,
cut up.
Middle rope. Oh my!
Oh!
AJ
Oh.
Styles sidestepping.
Well, I mean-
and Jeff Hardy almost cut himself in half.
Hardy caught up in the ladder like a Venus flytrap.
Cut himself in half.
My
Because that's what
God,
ladders
that
do.
was painful to watch. I can
Oh
only
yeah,
imagine
actually
how
they
it
closed
feels.
on him. It
Sami
probably could have cut him.
Zayn, Jeff
Really
Hardy
bad.
already showing the
I mean, yeah, cut him real
wounds
bad
that
and stuff.
could
No, but the way Cole
inside
said
a
it, it's
ladder
like cut him
match.
in half, almost cut him in
Watch
half.
this.
It doesn't.
Goodness.
It doesn't have the same kind of
Just to give you an
impact
idea
if
of
it's
the
like
impact,
that
this
cut him
broke
real
the
bad.
support, and
Whereas
AJ Styles
cut him
a
in
little
half.
assist at the
Ooh,
very
dude,
last
I hope his
moment.
arm's okay though.
Hardy's
Majority
body
of that
broke
what
the
these guys
supports
right
on the
armed it
ladder.
with.
And AJ Styles, who has claimed he was, quote, cheated out of the Intercontinental Championship by Jeff Hardy.
Oh,
God.
Jesus!
Oh man, he hit it twice too. He just like
God,
that was
damn
like one of the best
There's
sells
no
I've
amount
seen
of
in like
preparation
a
you can put
while.
in leading up to a match
Damn,
like
man.
this
Damn.
to prepare
Animation
you
I
for
need to
what
see
Sami
in the
Zayn
next
just endured.
wrestling game that has a ladder in it. If you
is
throw
having his
a person
way
into it and they
Oh, here
do
goes
all-
again.
And watch this.
Oh.
Sami Zayn bouncing off
Oh,
dude, that was that's such a cool sell.
Styles has got that look in
I think
his
that was
eyes.
still- I think he
followed his
legit got
career and
freaking bounced off that shit.
Tonight.
AJ Styles
So he's
in
like,
his
why did
corner
I come
arch
back?
believes he is the rightful Intercontinental
So,
Champion. Many
what do
people
you guys
agree with
think
him.
Sami
chances
Zayn was
of
forced to relinquish the championship. AJ
a
Styles
ladder being
went on to
used
win an
as a
Intercontinental
ramp?
Championship tournament.
A ramp?
40
I know, like Jeff Hardy.
Daniel Bryan.
I feel like
Before
Jeff
AJ
Hardy,
Maybe
maybe
robbed
Edge had done it where they set up a ladder in a certain way, like in how the ladder is in the corner, but if it was like towards the middle and they run up the ladder
This is the present.
to like jump at somebody.
Take down both
Yeah,
championships
that's
to
happened
become the
before.
Intercontinental
I mean, it
Champion
has
tonight
happened
at
before. I'm
Clash
just
of
saying,
Champions.
like,
Yeah, Shelton did it
midway
once
up
in a
the
Money in the
ladder,
Bank
and now
ladder
Sami
match.
Zayn looks to run
what do you
interference
think the
and drag
chances would
Styles
be
down.
of that happening
Look at the
again
body,
in
the
this
damage
match?
already
Likely.
on Sami Zayn.
And Styles with a Pele kick. As you see the welts forming all
ginger
over the
beard.
body of Sami to Corey's point, AJ Styles has been dominating this match.
We still
Isn't
could
it
have
Sami
a
is,
long way to
Is
go.
it Syrian?
Not one of these men anywhere near
Yeah,
ready
never
to
seen
go
it.
in.
Yeah.
Well,
Never seen a
Sami
pale
Zayn,
ginger
let's be
Syrian
honest, He's only
before.
had a handful of matches in 6 months.
Well,
Now he finds
he's
himself in
not
this
just
ladder match.
Syrian.
AJ Styles up toward the top of the ladder, a fingertip away, and now Jeff Hardy. Hardy climbs the other side, and now both men high above the ring.
I think that's the
just
reason why they
below the
never let him on Saudi
championships.
shows, because they're bigots.
What is Hardy
Yep.
thinking about doing right now?
I don't
Reaching
know.
up high, couple of right hands by
Was it that they
Styles will thwart that
refused or
attempt.
that he
And now it's
refused?
Jeff Hardy, Mike.
No, they-
falling right on his
they-
shoulder. And now
it could have been
Styles
either
may be able
or.
to just grab the
No, I think it was
championship
on
and bring him
the
down
Saudi
and
side
win the
because Kevin
gold.
Owens
This
refused
is
to
it.
go out
This
of
is the
protest.
phenomenal moment.
How the
Well,
hell
yeah,
is Hardy
that
back on
that
his
definitely
feet?
was a
I
thing,
have
especially
no
when they
earthly
had
idea.
like
He's
such
rubber
a
band man.
huge
And now
ankle at the
Hardy
time, so that
dragging
was kind of
Styles
like
back down to the
Yeah,
mat,
he
blows
was-
to the back of the neck.
He was supposed to
And
face,
Styles again fighting back, and Jeff Hardy ducks underneath, inverted
Dang it,
atomic
who was
drop
it?
to Styles, and there is vintage Hardy.
somebody from WWE, Kofi Kingston for the WWE title, and that ended up going to Ziggler.
Jeff Hardy like a man possessed, defying all logic. I can't believe Jeff Hardy's able to
Right now, it
move,
doesn't seem like they
let
have an
alone
idea
deliver
what to do with
a flurry of
Kevin Owens
offense
right
like he
now.
just did to AJ Styles.
Like, he's in this feud with Aleister
All
Black.
the way down from the top of the ladder.
Oh, the pirate? Yeah.
Listen, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn all knew
I'm fine
what
with
they
that-
signed up
that
for when they
rivalry.
agreed to this matchup.
Two really good
In fact,
competitors
it was Jeff
going at
Hardy
it.
who floated the idea in the first place.
WWE Thunderdome hosting Clash of Champions. Every match a title match here tonight. Earlier on the SmackDown Tag Team
Thunderdome.
titles retained on the kickoff show by Cesaro and Nakamura. Now the
Man,
Intercontinental
when
Championship
this
on the line.
era's
in a
all over, we're gonna look
ladder
back at this as a weird
Sami
time.
Zayn looking to make the most of an opportunity.
And now Sami Zayn
Well,
looking to
it's-
climb the ladder and win the championship.
it's not gonna
Will
be
it his
for
moment?
years
Will it be his night?
and years.
AJ Styles running
like we're gonna
defense.
be like old, and we're gonna have to explain to
Styles
someone
trying to
else
pry
like
Sami Zayn
why-
from the ladder.
why is there a guy with a Pikachu on the screen? Why are there all faces on the screen? I can walk in and watch a WWE match.
Oh.
And
Exploder suplex
Yeah.
right into the ladder.
Why does it say Fire Velveteen Dream?
A
Who's Velveteen
spine-shattering
Dream?
exploder onto the
And
ladder.
here's the situation, Corey. Sami Zayn, the only one in the ring. Sami Zayn is
Oh, they
the
had that
true
match, the
competitor
part
left
2
in the
for
ring,
TakeOver
and he can
31,
climb the ladder
Kushida
and win
versus
the
Velveteen
Intercontinental
Dream.
Championship.
Yeah, I figured.
Zayn can see the
Even
light
though I
at the
did
end of
really
the
want to see
tunnel. It's a few
Kushida
lungs
versus
away.
Balor. That could still
Sami's body
happen.
racked with
Yeah.
pain, still climbing
Although
the
I
ledge
am-
and realizing
I am looking forward to
someone's gonna try
Colorado
tear him
versus
down
Finn
any
Balor.
second.
Who do you think the mysterious person returning at TakeOver is?
But Jeff Hardy's back in
I
the
don't
mix.
know.
Apparently they're what the guys what the person says like they're a former champion, so people NXT champion. So and he was the vignette showed him stealing the old NXT belt. So people are speculating like the only 3 people they could use that aren't doing anything right now are Robert Roode, Bo Dallas, because I forgot he was still part of the team, and Samoa Joe, which I'm thinking it's Joe, because Joe's been off TV for the last few weeks.
The adrenaline has been Jeff Hardy's best friend.
Also, Robert Roode.
But right now, AJ
Yeah, so
Styles
it's either
in
gonna be
control.
Rude is the
We've seen
better
already the
champ
tides of this
out of those
matchup
3.
can turn in a moment's notice, in the blink of
Bo
an
would
eye.
be the next, because I think Samoa Joe is just like
Bo Dallas is still employed?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like,
focused here
wait,
tonight.
he is?
Got a chip
They
on
haven't
his
used
shoulder,
it
to
at
say
all.
the least.
well. like.
And Styles now off the
Whoa.
Whereas like certain people, it's kind of like they're keep being used at a certain level. Like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are always like, well, I mean, they had a whole name, the B Team or B Squad or whatever, and they were just like the lackeys. And when they weren't lackeys, they were on like sideshows like Superstars and Main Event. So it's like people like that. I think they still keep around just for the hell of it.
Sami Zayn crawling back into the ring.
So that when everything does kind of have some sense of normalcy, they can do shows like that where they can just use people, and it's just like, we need to make more content, so let's just have these other guys wrestle, and we'll save like our bigger names for main shows.
I don't think he has a choice, Corey. He's been broken half of. And look, oh my God!
Oh!
He threw a stepladder into his face. God damn.
Where did the ladder come from?
Under the ring.
Mommy and Daddy Ladder love each other very much.
Didn't catch Sami's hand.
The Home Depot man comes and delivers
You
it.
need to explain to me the ladder birds and ladder beads, okay? I know that that's really Hornswoggle in disguise as a
Wait, here
ladder.
goes replay.
Oh my
Replay.
goodness!
Oh, okay, that camera shot wasn't good. That camera shot wasn't good.
Okay,
Still showed it like a
this is how you
knocked
explain it away. It's his hand. It got him in the hand, which made him
Yeah.
reel
Now
back.
it's Styles underneath the championships. Jeff Hardy
Oh, look at
just fell into the
stepladder.
ring.
You know what? I give props to what we're
Forcing
talking
his
about.
body,
Shouldn't just
willing
Styles
his
want to
body
just throw a
to somehow
stepladder?
get back into this
It's
match.
like, good
Styles
idea.
trying to climb, but he doesn't have much left.
Here's the
Hardy
business
trying
credit
to
card.
climb
Go to
as
Home
well.
Depot.
Both men trying to
Oh
make
man,
it to
here comes the
championships.
2K ladder game. Slowly climbing up.
Well, I have this weird feeling like Jeff's going to grab Sammy's Intercontinental title, and then Sammy's going to grab Jeff's Intercontinental title.
Can you tell which is which?
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Is Sammy okay? Because it looks
Sammy's
like
fine.
his
His
knee.
knees were up.
Now Sami Zayn, who protected his body by getting his knees up, may have an opportunity.
Jeff
Are
Hardy
his knees
sacrificed
okay?
himself. Jeff Hardy
Because
took
I don't know.
pleasure of his own
He's
volition because he knew
fine.
if he
Here we go
didn't,
again.
Styles might capture the gold. Look at this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it did. It hit
Oh,
the
it
top of the...
championships than Hardy was.
Yeah, it hit the top of the
realizing that,
turnbuckle
but did he
before
put
landing on his
Sami
knees.
Zayn in position to
I like
capitalize?
Sami Zayn, but
It wasn't
more and
Jeff
more,
Hardy's intention,
he
but
looks
yes,
like
that
a
is the
skinny
case. Sami once
version.
again with daylight.
Okay, so he either looks like a hobo, or he looks like a skinny version of Torvald. I believe that's his name from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I can see that. I thought you were gonna say he looks. I thought you were gonna say he looks like a skinny version of Seth Rogen.
Oh! That was a nice counter.
Hardy
That was such a nice
halting the
counter.
momentum of AJ Styles,
been a
courtesy
good
of
match.
the ladder.
I love it. At midair, shoved the ladder into his face. Okay, they showed it again. This was cool.
Oh,
That was
the timing.
The timing on that, dude. The fucking timing on that.
But again, Zayn in a perfect position to capitalize on an opportunity. But again, Jeff Hardy just will not go
Twist of
away.
fate.
Twist of
Oh
No.
Twist off right! Twist off right!
Come on.
No, don't-
Come on, Sammy, get up.
3 men are down.
Come on, Sammy, get up.
The Intercontinental Championships hang above the
Remember
ring.
that one weird
Who
night
will
where I think it was
climb the
Michael called
ladder
Twist of
and
Fury?
grab the gold?
they're like,
Jeff Hardy stopping Sammy's ascent before delivering the
Yeah,
twist
bitch.
of fate.
What the hell is a twist of
Unfortunately for
fury?
Jeff Hardy, didn't have the wherewithal at the
Is that a
time
new
to make the
DQ
climb.
flavor?
Now it's Jeff Hardy trying to drag himself up the ladder. Zayn is down, Styles back to his feet.
So
Still
we've
feeling
all
the effects
seen
of the crash from the top of the ladder earlier in the match.
Jeff Hardy
Hardy's there.
and
Hardy's
or Matt Hardy do the
He's so
twist of
close to
fate
the
off the top of the
championships, but he's
ladder.
gotta grab both.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
now Sami Zayn.
What if
Good
there was
defense.
some way
The ladder is
for
not exactly
AJ
positioned correctly
to
for Jeff
do
Hardy.
Look at Hardy
the
like
Styles
a snake
class?
slithering
Ooh.
down.
I think that would kill someone.
What in
Yeah.
the hell is
Oh.
going on?
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Jeff
Oh my god, is he okay?
Hardy
Fuck.
getting back up from
Fuck,
that.
please
Here-
replay. I hate to say this, but could you please replay that? I hope he's okay.
Jeff Hardy maybe down and out.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
The ladder is mangled on the outside of the ring.
And now Sami Zayn with the ladder
damn it,
from
show the
right in front of the
replay.
announce table.
Thank you.
But AJ Styles from behind. Here's
Okay, let's
another look
see.
at the
Man.
nasty fall from Jeff Hardy.
It looks like it hit more of his midsection than anything else.
Apron, which,
Well,
as we
it didn't look like his, like the thing that looked like it hurt the most was his arm because of the ladder like closing in on it.
Hardy is out. Zayn is out as we take another look. And a fall as hellacious as you'll ever see.
Yeah, it looked like it's like his arm and part of his
crashing down on the
midsection.
top of Jeff
The
Hardy.
fall is
Jeff got,
hellacious
like,
you've ever seen.
sandwiched in the
You've
ladder
never
there.
seen Big Boy get thrown off the top of Hell in a Cell.
I still remember the Selena Del Sol priesthood in a member of the New Day. That one looked like it fucking hurt.
Sami Zayn back to his feet.
What about the one where
Sammy's
Ambrose
body
had to
is
get
just
legit
one
staples
huge
in his
welt
head
as
right
AJ
then and there?
Set face first into the
That was
post.
what,
You may
WrestleMania
not agree with
31?
him. Yes, he can be abrasive, but Sami
Ironically,
Zayn is making a
Intercontinental
hell of a
title
case
ladder
for
match.
being the rightful Intercontinental Champion right now.
I think all three of these superstars are, as Sami Zayn has now made a bridge between the announce table and the ring with a ladder.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to list off all the great moments from this match. There's a lot.
The offense in these matchups limited only by the superstars' creativity.
And now Zayn again bounced off the announce
And I know
table.
how much you
Styles, Zayn, both look
like to talk
physically
about how
exhausted.
long or
And
how
now
short
AJ
matches
Styles up
are.
on the
I
announce
feel like
table.
with how long this
A
match
kick to
has been
Zayn.
going on,
Zayn can barely stand. AJ Styles trying to figure
some
out
of
what he
these
does
other
now.
matches are
Off the
going to be
announce
painful.
table.
Oh!
Look, I'm gonna have to accept it for now
Sami
until
Zayn's down and out.
Vince
This is
realizes
AJ
until Vince brings the
Styles'
audience back and he makes it like at least 3.5 hours again. 3.5 hours.
I think 3 hours is long enough for a pay-per-view, unless it's WrestleMania, then 4 hours is fine.
I wouldn't mind it being 3, but 2.5, I don't know. I don't mind if it's like a takeover, but like, I don't know, just
And now he
still
Three's
can't bug
good.
by
has
it.
the ladder, and that's one of the
I
dangers.
don't want to be somewhere all night.
Zayn is just bounced spine
Like,
first on
God.
the announce table.
You remember those WrestleManias were like freaking 10 hours long.
Styles is going to ensure that it cooperates.
man.
You just feel like you're dead. You just feel like you're dead by the end of it.
I still remember that walk me, Kent, and one of Kent's friends did all the way back into downtown Orlando. Because there was no way we were going to get on Link's bus by a time like before it was like 1 a.m. That had to hurt.
Is it allowed for Jeff Hardy to recover?
Hey, look, it's the step ladders, what is it, step ladder?
Feeling the effect of this matchup. What is Jeff Hardy going to do next?
Styles shows no fear. Neither does Hardy.
I guess you
Neither
could say
does
he
Sami
shows
Zayn.
Sierra
And now
and
Jeff
Nero.
Hardy is setting up this ladder. Zayn is up. What the hell?
Oh!
What do you mean? Wait,
Oh,
what do you mean, what the hell?
Come on, Cole,
doing?
say
We just saw
vintage.
The clip from
Say
WrestleMania.
vintage Jeff.
Are you kidding me?
Jeff Hardy is going to do
Vintage.
whatever
Hey, Kristen.
it takes to be
Yeah?
crowned to retain his Intercontinental
What's the
Championship.
ladder's favorite place to worship?
Where?
The Church of Latter-day Saints.
On the top of the Thunderdome. Hardy with a
Oh, that one legit fucking broke. And I swear to God, I would not be surprised if like Hardy has to ice his, at least his arm for like a couple of days.
That was one of the damnedest impacts
Well,
I
at
have
least
ever
one or two of these
seen.
people are going to
Watch
come,
Hardy
are not
with
going to be
a
appearing
spot.
for a little bit after
All of
this.
Hardy's body
Yeah.
went crashing
And maybe
down
Styles winning.
across the midsection, the rib cage of Sami Zayn. If Sami doesn't have
I'm
broken
fine.
ribs, it's a miracle.
There are bodies everywhere.
Mom,
Zayn's down.
my name's
Styles
Steve,
trying to make
Sammy.
it to his feet. Hardy's
Okay,
down
Mom.
as well. This
Steve or
ladder
whatever.
match has taken an unbelievable toll on these three men. And now Jeff with a ladder to the midsection. I'm looking at the
Oh,
back of
stepbrother
AJ
ladder.
Styles here. It is one red blob. That's all it is. A red mess. The back of Styles. Just
Oh
like
no,
Sami Zayn.
what are
And
you
now Jeff
doing,
Hardy is
step
back to his
ladder?
feet.
Jeff Hardy
I had a
just
weird
risked his
dream
own
about, like,
health, his own
the
career
blob
potentially
attacking
to take
my
Sami
house
Zayn out of the
a couple
equation.
weeks
It's,
ago.
it's about again, Corey. This is his redemption year.
It was
is about
a
Jeff
dream.
Hardy proving the
I don't know
world
what the
that
fuck
he's
it
still
translated
got
to,
that
but
he can
fuck.
still get to the top of his game in
Kristen,
moments
I'm not
like these.
secret for it. I'm not
And
going to interpret your
AJ
dream
Styles
for
now.
you.
What good is a redemption year when
It
you
doesn't
can't
mean
get out of
anything.
bed?
Except I probably
True.
should go
True.
be
Now
No,
eating
Styles
less
doesn't
sugar
mean
before
makes
bed.
Hardy
We're not going to dive into that. We're not going to talk about it. Suppress it.
Back in the ring. Will this be his moment? Will this be his opportunity? Because Zayn is down and out. Hardy's down and out. Styles has the ring.
Who's going to come out and possibly mess this up? Retribution?
No, this is a SmackDown match. They only do Raw stuff.
Yeah, they gave up on attacking SmackDown like they forgot.
Yeah, they got attacked once by SmackDown. They're like, we're cool, SmackDown, we're cool.
AJ making sure the ladder is perfectly placed. They can reach both titles as easily as possible.
And
at this point, it sounds like an oxymoron. There hasn't been anything easy about any of this.
And who's going to stop Styles? Styles is there. Styles is
climbing up.
Styles going to grab the championship. And Jeff Hardy now. Sends Styles crashing into the mat.
That was not phenomenal.
Hardy's
that was
body
not
ricocheting off the top of the ladder after the fall. Somehow this thing keeps getting worse.
If Sammy gets up, man, Sammy's tougher than we all thought.
I know we have an ambulance match scheduled for later tonight, but we might need it sooner.
Did you not think Sammy was tough?
No, I always thought Sammy was tough, but like getting that ladder spot like he did, yeah.
By Jeff Hardy.
I did like that line from Corey. I know we have an ambulance match there, but we're probably gonna need one after this match. I'm like, okay, I'll give you that, Corey. That was a good line.
There's Sammy.
What if that's how the ambulance match ends? The fact that they use the ambulance for the ambulance
Sammy's back
to take one of these guys out, and because they only had one, they couldn't use another one for the ambulance match. So those guys are just fighting, and they don't realize that there's no way for them to actually win the match.
Right to be called the undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
Come on, Sammy. Go for it.
To these three men,
ruthless
to the superstars in the locker room. This is what being Intercontinental Champion is about. Pushing your body beyond its limit.
Corey, we talked about this earlier, that this would be the night that these three superstars would steal the show.
Wait.
Sammy's reaching in the pockets of his...
of course he has handcuffs.
He's got handcuffs.
He's got two pairs.
It's perfectly legal
with two sets of handcuffs. What the hell are you going to do with those?
What the fuck?
Use your imagination, Cole.
Sometimes call your lines. Sometimes your lines, Cole. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to lose my shit over Michael Cole-isms.
Don't lose your shit over that, because for years, you know, they'd use the term foreign object for a chair or a ladder or a sledgehammer. Things that obviously had a name, and we just accepted that.
Strategy. There's no doubt about that.
I love how WCW for a while called them international objects.
Really? I didn't know that.
Has been beaten up.
Yeah.
That's how you wanted it, huh?
Yeah, they did change the... Oh, do his ear. Do his ear. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
That is so smart.
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. Randy Orton is just in the back, just nodding his head in approval.
Sami Zayn
Hardy's out.
Just inserted the handcuff through the stretch piercing of Jeff
Hardy's
earlobe.
He's got close for good measure.
That was fucking smart.
Sami Zayn just handcuffed Hardy to the ladder. And the
by ear.
Handcuffs to the earlobe of Jeff Hardy. Look at this.
Jesus Christ,
What kind of sicko does that?
I don't know if it's sick, Cole. I think it's kind of brilliant.
Thank you, Corey.
Hardy is.
I think it's kind of brilliant. I agree.
It is brilliant.
Turns the fight to AJ Styles.
Okay, you don't have an earlobe. Give me your shoelace.
And now Sami Zayn is
Well,
trying to
what if he
handcuff
handcuffed him
If he can
behind his
handcuff
back,
Styles, Zayn just climbs
and
the
he could
ladder.
only use his feet and body?
Ring the bell. Sammy's gonna have a
Dude,
completely
no.
clear path
Dude, just
to his
finish
destiny,
handcuffing him.
to being the undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
This may be one of the shrewdest things I've ever seen in a wrestling ring.
The refs are trying to take out a ladder.
Please.
Oh,
Look, Kane tried to like electrocute Shane's nuts once. I mean, come on, with a battery, with a car battery. I mean,
he didn't try. He did.
He did. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Okay,
He did.
so guys, the finish of this match is that they're going to be handcuffed together, and they're both going to climb the ladder.
Yeah, I think so too. It's gonna be what I said earlier, but except it's gonna be AJ and Sammy instead.
Out on the far side
You
of
see,
the
he's
ring,
already up.
AJ now with the golden opportunity. Can
Closed down accident.
Come on, deadlift and then climb a ladder. It should be easy.
Sami Zayn handcuffed. AJ doing
Sammy, that shit-eating grin.
Why would he do that?
Sammy's.
AJ Styles can't climb the ladder when.
Honestly, I like
Sami
smarmy
You're right,
heel Sammy.
You know what? He's gotten better over time. It's like a fine wine. He's had to let it rest for a bit, and now it's just like
maybe not himself, but definitely not AJ Styles.
Corey, I've seen a
He's
lot
gotta
of
pick
things
up
in
Sammy
24
with
years.
him.
I've never seen this ever.
and he's gonna
AJ
sandbag
Styles
him
and
so
Sami Zayn
hard
handcuffed
too.
to one
Just
another. Styles trying to figure out
Sammy's
how the hell to
gonna
climb the ladder and grab the championship.
dude, deadlift him.
By
I mean,
Sami
Well,
Zayn's
the
body.
problem is, oh
Oh,
god!
please.
Like I said,
Please,
hard to pick it up.
Because thinking that he's handcuffed by his earlobe, it's just
ugh.
To your point, Cole,
See, there he
there
goes.
aren't too
He's
many things
deadlifting
you've never
Sammy.
seen before. This is all new to me.
AJ Styles
This
and
is all-
Sammy on his shoulders.
To be
trying
fair, this
climb
is a
the
very
ladder
original
to
spot in
retrieve
a
the
ladder match.
championship.
Which
And Jeff
part?
Hardy,
The earlobe handcuffed to a
by
ladder,
his
or the
ear,
fact
is
he's
back in the
deadlifting a
ring.
man he's handcuffed to?
All of
What
it.
the hell is Hardy thinking? He's going to lose an ear.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's got the key! He's got the key!
Where did the key come from?
He had it in his pocket.
He had the key the whole time.
Oh my God, Sami Zayn
I'm gonna be honest with
hung
you.
himself.
I have no idea how
Hardy.
any other match
Sami
tonight's
Zayn
gonna live
just-
up to this. Because this is just
Sami
fucking
Zayn just
amazing.
unlocked the
Okay, Sammy
handcuff.
deserves this win.
Sammy deserves this win.
And now
He has
Sami Zayn, the free
outsmarted
end of the
his other two
handcuff.
competitors.
Sami Zayn he's handcuffing it to the ladder.
Go,
Styles is
Sammy,
handcuffed to the
Sammy,
ladder.
Go,
Go.
Sammy, go! Go, Sammy, go!
Go, Sammy, go.
make the
Go,
climb.
Sammy, go.
Sammy's and AJ Styles can't go any further. He's 2 feet away and he can't make it any further. Sami Zayn to the top of the ladder. Sami Zayn grabbing the championship.
Yeah! Dude.
He
Yeah.
earned that win.
Fuck
He earned
yeah.
that win.
Dude.
The damnedest
You gotta
match
stop
I
that.
have ever
Yes.
called, that I have ever
Dude,
witnessed.
how do we already have the match of the night? It's only the first match.
Title with his
For the
two
card.
Congratulations to the Syrian hobo Sami Zayn.
did exactly
Dude,
what he said
that
he
was
going
fucking
to do.
amazing.
What's
What's great is like Sammy looked so smart in everything he did tonight. You know,
Corey,
like avoiding the ladder,
still
like avoiding the ladder,
shocked
cleverly
at what
like
we just witnessed.
handcuffing fucking
next
Jeff's
two of us,
earlobe.
Sami Zayn
He threw the key
handcuffed
down
Jeff
towards
Hardy's
AJ couldn't
ear
reach it.
to a ladder. He handcuffed AJ Styles to another ladder.
That has easily been one of Sami Zayn's best matches on the main roster.
Well, Nick,
I think
you
it was
asked
his.
how
I
you
think
could
it is
tell
his
the
best
difference.
match in the main roster.
No, there was his KO Zayn match at Battleground a few years back. That was
Nick,
really good.
You were asking how you could tell the difference between the belts, and I thought for a moment I wasn't sure if they did it, but the belts, you know, nowadays they have the wrestlers like named it on the belts on the sides.
The one had Hardy's, the one had Sammy's.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The fact that Jeff Hardy got up from this crash is
Well, now they're both gonna have
amazing in and of
Sammy's.
itself. Hardy from the top of the ladder, nearly breaking Sami Zayn in the process.
Sami Zayn
While
just took
everyone
down the
was
two
playing
pretenders.
checkers, the great liberator had been playing chess
Oh, it was in his
the whole
mouth.
time.
The key was in his mouth.
Inside of his mouth.
Anything goes together.
I can't.
I'm right.
Corey, I'll tell you, I have been a huge critic of Sami Zayn, but what Sami Zayn pulled off here tonight is brilliant. There's no other way to describe it. Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
with a
he fucking
brilliant
outsmarted them both.
Strategy to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Sammy,
Woo!
now that you have recaptured the Intercontinental Champion.
Stop, no.
No.
I didn't recapture anything, Kayla. Well, not this one.
Not this one.
All along, do you understand? I didn't recapture anything. It is your winner. And
It's gonna still say two-time. He's a two-time Intercontinental champion. So good.
The undisputed Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. What a match. And look at AJ, Jeff Hardy, somewhere
Sami
Corey,
Zayn
they
just
have to-
outsmarted two
they
former
gotta know
WWE
that
champions.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn played him.
You're absolutely right. And as much as tomorrow or next week we'll be talking about what
well, also both of those guys have more of a legacy than Sami Zayn in terms of like major promotions. So overall, this is the best outcome.
Now see how long he can keep it.
I mean, he was having a good run before where he was just like doing cheap heel tactics in order to retain.
I just feel like...
Yeah, he did beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Dude, how is that your opening match? That was just fucking great.
It's not the first time they've done that. They always want to open up with a good match.
And usually it's the IC. It's always for the IC Championship. Even that really bad Backlash pay-per-view from a couple years ago, the best match on the card was for the IC Championship. It was Miz versus Rollins.
Tonight only. Buy one t-shirt and get
one
for $1 and save up to 50% off championship titles. Only at WWEshop.com.
Are you ready to go?
Are you ready?
Have you guys checked out Peacock?
No, because it's just another Hulu. And plus a lot of the good stuff that NBC owns is on HBO Max and other streaming services anyway.
Well, Peacock has a free version, right?
Way to ruin our chances of getting sponsored by Peacock.
Nick, they do have a free version, but it's lacking in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Mo's right, Chris, and he just cost us a sponsor. Way to go.
Fuck Peacock.
And get Peacock today, the best of WWE with special.
No, I'm sorry, fuck Peacock, man.
We'll take it.
Watch the cock. Okay, cool.
What we just witnessed
We'll take HBO. We'll take HBO as a sponsor.
Tonight there is no rest for the weary.
I heard
that was
Catch your breath because we
easily
are just getting started.
one of Sami's best
Clash of
matches since joining
Champions,
the main
before
roster.
we went on the air tonight with the pay-per-view proper, we actually had the Clash of Champions kickoff show, and the panel, Charlie Caruso, Booker T, JBL, and Peter Rosenberg, and a special guest in disguise, the 24/7 champion.
Yeah, because that technically has to be defended too.
Look, I have to ask the hard questions. No one
But did
else will.
Kira Tozawa really get eaten by a shark, though? That's the real question.
What the hell is the goal at?
What are you talking about?
I want the goal, man. Where the goal?
The goal there it is right there.
What are you wearing?
I want more
So at
goals,
this
you know what I'm
point,
saying?
R-Truth
It's
is
a
the longest reigning 24/7 champion, right?
Yeah, he also has the most
in this one year, if it's in the arena,
It's
you
in a
might
single
as well. You
run.
better be
I
careful.
think right.
They better be
His
ready to
current
play
runs
peekaboo, 'cause
second.
They got to fire me. Appreciate it, JBL.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Some shenanigans.
Every belt's on the line. Oh, he brought back Little Jimmy recently.
We are live here at WWE Thunderdome.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me who the, like, is it actually a person or?
It's his imaginary friend.
Hey, Truth. What are you doing in the referee's room?
Wait, the refs get their own room?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Jimmy, you move.
Is Lil Jimmy gonna pin R-Truth?
We on the wrong set. Enjoy your avocado dip and grape poupon. Little Jimmy, let's go.
You great Bupon.
Back up! Oh, hey, little Jimmy.
My bad, man.
Drew Gulak.
You mind yours.
I love Drew Gulak. Hey, Drew Gulak, 24/7 champion.
Guys, this is the first SmackDown wrestler to hold the 24/7 title since last year.
Wow. And this is oh my god, you know what's also embarrassing? This is technically also Gulak. Oh no, this is Gulak's second championship.
Yeah, he was Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, before they made the NXT Cruise. Yeah, so.
I love our first title.
Drew Gulak.
Yeah, second title change
To
tonight.
offer my condolences to R-Truth.
I love how Drew came in just, here I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight.
Is the 24/7 championship considered more of a main, like, okay, so do you consider 205 Live a main show?
It's a sub-brand of NXT. Well, the NXT UK.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, would you consider the 24/7 championship a main show championship?
Oh, yeah, it's shared between all five brands. Which it's supposed to be shared between all five brands, but since since Hell in a Cell last
my
year.
time to speak up.
It's only appeared on Raw.
Get out the shadows of my brother.
So
it was because USA was the ones who wanted to create it.
So technically, this is Drew's first main roster championship.
Oh no, the Cruiserweight title was a main roster title prior to being moved to NXT.
Yeah, that's why I said.
And of course, still to come tonight, the Universal
so it's technically
Championship
Drew's
match.
second singles title since joining the main roster.
Against Jey Uso.
We're just going right into this.
Dude, remember, this was supposed to be a kickoff match. They had to balance out the women's matches. Yeah, I'm not expecting much from this match, but I will still pay attention.
Well, I mean, how often do they put the women's, like a women's title match in the kickoff show?
Monday Night Raw here at Clash of Champions.
Hey, look, there's Joe. Hey, Joe's back.
So Joe's not who they're talking about.
Women's title match.
Oh yes, I am. The gold rush is on it. I'm very much looking forward
It's
to
gonna be. So yeah, I think it's Robert Roode.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's between Roode and Joe.
Got herself into this title opportunity because 2 weeks
Honestly,
ago, successfully defended the title.
Yeah, let's see.
Vega confronted the Empress.
Because I'm here to tell you.
Selena needs better better theme music.
For that.
Yeah, I would say more. I think it's gonna be Roode because like of just like they already did the Balor Joe feud like years ago. So and like Balor and Roode never really feuded. So like, and when you use Roode right, he can be a really good competitor too.
1 week later, this past week on Raw, knocking off Mickie James.
Well, it seems to be a running trend of wrestlers that like, looked really good in NXT didn't feel utilized in the main roster, go back down or back to NXT. Not back down, but back to NXT. So it would seem like Roode would be the best, Roode or Dallas, because unless Dallas is working some backstage stuff or is going to be brought out to help out Miz and Morrison,
I see more Roode as a credible threat to Balor's current run than Dallas. No offense to Dallas. I see Roode as more of a credible threat.
I see you don't believe in Bo Dallas.
No, I do not.
Damn it, Nick. You said it before I was going to.
SmackDown and NXT Women's Champion.
Big draw.
Tag Team Champion. Winner of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. And one point of question that was brought up by Zelina Vega Byron was the events surrounding the Money in the Bank.
Originally what I was thinking was that Shayna and I would lose tonight, and then they would have a triple threat match, maybe Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
But now it looks like they're going to do that instead with the Iconics. Like a triple threat with the Iconics and Asuka.
But Joe, the crux of what's happening tonight here with Zelina Vega in recent weeks,
I mean, to think that you would, like, I know title changes have happened between pay-per-views quite a bit, but
she branches out and wins the title in her first opportunity.
To me personally, right now, it doesn't make sense to have Shayna and Nia lose the championship already on the next pay-per-view.
Right.
So they can like build up more of their awkward like combination.
Is regularly a manager, granted, has in-ring experience in Zelina Vega.
It's a beyond daunting task facing somebody like Asuka.
It is Asuka being Asuka.
Nobody has been truly ready for Asuka. She has proven time and time again that she is the standard.
I think one of my favorite matches like this, where it's like really obvious most likely who's gonna win, and it's like they're clearly like throwing a guy under a bus, was what was it, Corbin Cena in the opening match of SummerSlam that year?
You mean one of the few times the entire crowd was cheering for John Cena?
It's too easy to
yeah, or dude, even Cena's like, dude, you're on the opening match with me. You done fucked up.
That's when she finds ways, just like this, just like right now. She finds openings.
Oh, and a shot to the arm, a shot to the left arm by Zelina Vega.
And the one thing that's
okay. So have you seen Zelina Vega wrestle before she joined WWE?
So she can surprise her.
Yeah, she was one half of the TNA Knockouts champions with Sarita. She was done at the time as Rosita, and they were a member of a group called Mexican America with Hernandez and Anarquia.
And in your opinion, is she a talented wrestler?
Has an eye for talent. She understands what makes champions in that ring.
I know, I'm curious because like if she's really good, they've never utilized her well, except for her mic skills.
Right now,
well, no, they only ever used her as a manager in WWE really during her run here.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking.
I have to say hi. And why wouldn't it be? Asuka has run through the majority of the competition that stood in front of her. And to look at Zelina Vega, to see the games that she plays, the shortcuts that some say that she takes. I mean, it's hard for Asuka
to really
take
think
her seriously. But that may be a big mistake, Tom.
And Zelina Vega trying to get one step ahead.
Maybe Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, but Baszler's wrapped up in the women's tag right now, so they may save that for later.
I didn't say it was going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. No, but I think you're right. Yeah, it could be them.
For Asuka, certainly isn't
or it could
be the Raw Women's Champion right now.
I mean, she may be overconfident, but she's
if Ronda actually wants to come back.
Zelina Vega showing that she can
I've heard Ronda showed
inside
interest.
the ring, has competed in the most recent Women's Royal Rumble match.
I don't know why she even has a choice. She signed
plenty of
contract.
experience at the same time.
Well, I don't know how long that contract was for, though.
On the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, but she hasn't competed
part of town for Asuka
in over a year.
Middle rope, and Asuka goes crashing down hard to the canvas.
You know, it doesn't seem like if she's been gone since the WrestleMania before last.
Damage even more, Byron, in that fall. Yeah, you're right. It's a wise strategy. So he's identified the target. A little bit more challenging to actually take advantage of it. Shot right to the midsection, and now Asuka on the move. Hip attack. There goes Vega.
But you have to take note, Tom. Did you see Zelina Vega? Did you see when she saw weakness? When she smelled blood, she attacked, and she was voracious.
Right now it's Asuka who's on the attack. There's Zelina Vega on the outside.
And
the arm was right there for Vega, who took advantage.
And I believe Miss Vega has found her opening.
And Joe, a miscalculation, a rare miscalculation by Asuka.
Very rare. I mean, but see, this is all it takes for Zelina Vega to impose her will. All she needs is one mistake.
No question about it. Zelina Vega has to have a sense of urgency against a competitor the caliber of Asuka. And watch this. Asuka just taking her time, was looking to grab Vega. Vega grabbed the left arm, instead sent Asuka into the steel. There's now a hammerlock applied. Trying to target the arm, but Asuka fights Zelina Vega off.
Asuka doing her best to shake off that arm.
Kick right to the face. Vega found an opening with the damage to the left. And he goes back to it. What an arm wringer. Now a hook to the inside leg to win the title. Are the shoulders down? They never were. Zelina Vega, watch here again, trying to continue that punishment on the left arm of the Raw Women's Champion.
You know, we were talking about Retribution earlier. If you guys want to see my epic takedown of Retribution's debut, you guys should read my latest Spandex and Suplexes. I tear him a new one.
Ooh, that's clever.
This is brilliant by Zelina Vega.
That right there's a bit of an overstretch on that ligament, Tom.
Now the cover. Hook to the leg to win the title.
Usually I don't write too much about each show, but that one, it's been like 4 paragraphs on that.
On its head.
Yeah.
She captures the championship.
There was that much wrong with it.
This would be something that the likes of Peyton Royce and Billy Kay have discredited Asuka about.
Good counter by Asuka. She's looking to hook in that Asuka lock.
Oh no, that was her fatal mistake.
Trying to
counters into her own armbar.
To the injured
armbar.
The injured left arm of Asuka.
Armbar.
Able to maneuver out.
And the power differential, Tom.
No,
the power differential. And she's right back to that Asuka lock.
And now Asuka, what can she do, considering the damage to the left arm and her submission background?
It's like a honey badger.
Sometimes you don't need to worry about kicking that hard.
She's small but ferocious.
Go to the striking game, because if the left arm isn't there, how badly is that going to hamper the Asuka?
Like, you don't realize how
Asuka here on the move.
How tiny
Asuka,
someone is if you never seen them in person, so you can't compare them to yourself, but also like you're comparing them to other wrestlers. So like my thing is if I see a wrestler getting thrown into a turnbuckle, and it's like their head barely touches the top turnbuckle, and it's like they're pretty tiny.
I actually have seen Selena in person when she was in TNA.
Now, was this when she was in TNA? Was it when TNA was like TNA, or when it was Impact or Global?
It was TNA because they still had the Knockouts Tag titles, and it was the TNA Knockouts Tag Champions. Which they've been talking about bringing that. They've been talking about bringing back the tag titles in Impact.
They should. They have a really eclectic roster of women's wrestlers.
They were still doing shows in Orlando.
Yeah.
Trying to set up. Vega, cover. Wow. Broken up now, Vega. Vega into a cover.
Whoa! There we go.
That was fine. Nothing
short but sweet.
Yeah, nothing special. You know, made Zelina look good and capable, but yeah.
You can tell that was meant to be a pre-show match.
Yeah, you can tell this was meant to be a pre-show match. Smart for putting this on second, though. It's smart for putting on second.
You're absolutely right, Tom. Surprisingly,
so, counting 24/7 title, we've had 2 retains and 2 changes.
Yeah, technically we have. It'll probably be 3 because I feel like Truth's gonna get the title back from Gulak later.
I don't know.
Honestly, I want them to take it. I want to see the more SmackDown guys take advantage of this, so they actually have a shot at getting it.
Yeah. You nearly thought that.
This is not a champion. I like to see like a lot of 24/7 title changes.
Another close call for Zelina Vega, and we thought nearly would capture.
You know what's funny? Nia Champions works more for their gimmick for his pay-per-view than Clash of Champions.
Like yeah, because Clash of Champions implies that champions are clashing against each other.
Yeah, but Nia Champions implies like the spotlight's on title matches.
Now, if they were gonna do a true Clash of Champions, it wouldn't necessarily be titles on the line, or it could be, but it would have to have bigger stakes. So it's like Universal versus WWE, and then it's like either someone is both, or someone changes brands based on what they.
Is Selena gonna shake her hand?
Don't shake her hand. Shake her hand. Don't shake her hand. Shake her
Tap
hand.
her.
Oh!
Sign of respect. Waiting for it.
Black Mass.
Wait, there it is. I was waiting for it.
I understand being bitter about your loss, Zelina Vega, but could have done the honorable thing.
I guess we know what's gonna happen tonight. Tomorrow night on Raw.
Oh god, you got her pissed. It's times like this I really had some. Sorry about that. Like, really loud thunder near my area. Just.
You and I live not too far apart, so.
You feel that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Sorry, what was it? Oh yeah, I wish.
That place are shaking a little bit.
Yeah, mine too. I wish we had a translator for us sometimes, because I really want to know like random if she's just spouting random like words in Japanese, or she's actually just like saying I'm gonna kick your ass.
You can't do that.
There was that one time where Kairi Sane used the curse word in Japanese.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, if you do that, it's gotta be like for comedic effect.
Yeah. So you are earning 5%.
But if it's for like someone's actually angry, you just have to accept that WWE is gonna be more on the lines of speaking Japanese or angry Japanese. When really, Asuka could be saying the sweetest things to Zelina.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you did a wonderful job. I love you out there. I'm glad I got to wrestle you. Goodbye.
Things will feel
You guys seen this movie yet?
No, I've heard it's like it's good, but its biggest downside is it suffers from a lot of Nolanism.
Bold. I thought you were gonna say nuts.
But I heard it's good. It's still. I heard it's still good regardless. But like, yeah, I heard it's like full a bunch of like Nolanism.
Hi, remember me? My name is Superman. It's like the first blockbuster of the summer or of the year, where big movies are back, like what it just said. I'm just like, I now don't care about seeing this movie.
Yeah, they're trying to say that because like it hasn't done well in theaters, like it hasn't made a good profit.
We're trying to say it because of the fact that Nolan wanted it specifically to debut in theaters, not like doing video on demand, and or at least a combination.
Apollo!
Continues tonight at Clash of Champions.
So things are getting better, but here we go.
He's got Ricochet with him.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the United
Honestly, like if Cruz isn't gonna win the title, like, make Apollo and Ricochet a tag team.
Introducing first,
It needs to be Apollo, Ricochet, and Ali, and then it's the Cruz crew.
Tonight, Apollo Crews with an opportunity to get back at the Hurt Business. Not only on behalf
Oh,
of
let's
himself
see
and
if they
Ricochet,
finally
but
upgrade
also
United
to try
States
and win
Championship
back
graphic.
his United States title.
The title graphic. Let's see if they finally did it. They had 2 whole months, 3 whole months.
Some people prepare to not care or prepare to be disappointed.
I'm a bit of both. I
You're
don't
gonna
care.
You are gonna care if it shows up and it's old logo.
Hey, Strip does not care. Strip does not care. Strip does not care.
Rib does not care. That's fine.
Win the
Because,
United States Championship with
you know,
the
we're all
proudest
part of
moment my
Retribution
career.
now.
Yeah.
But tonight's
Yeah, have you guys gotten your
You
mask
see, I'm
email?
about
I
to prove
haven't
that
yet.
you don't have to sell out to be
I have like
successful.
8 masks.
And I know I'm the underdog against Bobby
I don't
Lashley,
get it.
but
I played
will
the
put
shipping
hurt on
number,
him,
right?
And I will leave Clash of Champions a 2-time
Oh, you don't
United States
see.
Yeah,
champion.
here's my massive loss to hide my identity at all. Just like the rest of Retribution.
Apollo Crews in a emotionally charged.
Oh, who am I? I'm obviously not a superstar you see on NXT for weeks.
They did finally reveal what Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez's names were, and they're not good, but slightly better.
Is Mia?
Are you talking about Reckoning and whatever?
Reckoning and whatever, yeah, whatever. That's Mercedes.
I don't think those are their names. I think those were alternative names for Retribution, and that's why they trademarked them.
You know, I will give this Dijakovic. Man, like he is just all in on Twitter with that his gimmick. Like I did you see like he posted up what AEW's ratings were this week, for example? That was slick.
Yeah, it did change the fact that his name is fucking T-Bar.
I think I think of some random rinky-dink place in like Japan or England that sells tea.
I'm T-Bar.
And tonight, WWE Clash
I'm a rejected henchman from Mad Max.
He sounds like T-Bar sounds like a legit. I think it is. There it was again.
Okay, so T-Bar, like you guys are way off. T-Bar is the name of a biker character in a movie in which the hero, like essentially T-Bar would be the name of a character in Terminator, the first one, where he gets annihilated by Schwarzenegger. He's just like, hey man, I'm T-Bar. I've come to run this bar.
Yes, they did it. It's new, and actually it's really nice. Yay! Title graphic.
I thought didn't care. I thought Strip didn't care.
Strip doesn't care. Kristen does. Yeah! Nah, T-Bar sounds like a car part, like a party, like a tool you use to fix your car. I think it is too. I have to look it up.
It could have been over that quickly, says Lashley. Lashley captured the United States Championship from Apollo Crews last month at the Payback pay-per-view, so you know how important
the United States title has been to Lashley.
It's finally upgraded.
The only one that doesn't sound completely stupid is Mace. At least Mace is an actual name.
And Bobby Lashley, he's
Mace Windu.
the standard bearer when it comes to the Hurt
And honestly, Dio Madden looks pretty badass in his role.
Yeah. I just hate for the fact it's like,
the United States Championship
who are these? I'm like,
WWE Hall of Famer Booker T
last
and
year,
JBL,
2 of these motherfuckers were with probably 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers were outmatched. Hell, you commentated with one of those dudes. They got F5 by Brock.
And Joe, how much does Apollo
The whole
Crews
thing is,
have
at
to
least
back
with Shane Thorne and Dio Madden, they haven't been on TV in a while.
Bobby Lashley.
But that's the thing, though. They have been on TV.
Dijakovic, UEM, and Mercedes Martinez were just, like, in the past few weeks on NXT television.
Dude, okay.
Does that mean this whole time they've been living a dual life of showing up at the Performance Center and then going to work at Full Sail a couple days later?
You know what? I will give Slapjack this. At least his entire face is covered, so I can go.
I know, like I mentioned that, like, oh, his mask actually hides his identity. I actually had to look up who that was.
I knew. No, I heard last week.
Already
they
trying to shake off
the
the
week
damage
before
done
they
to the left
confirmed it
arm
was Shane
by Bobby
Thorne.
Lashley early
A lot of
on
people
here in this
online were
matchup.
confirming it
Oh,
was Shane
incredible.
Thorne.
Yeah, he looks like
Shot to
Casey
the
Jones.
face of Lashley.
Looks like discount Casey Jones when you can't afford the mask to buy on Amazon or Spirit Halloween store.
First on the top rope.
His mask is slap nuts.
Hockey mask.
Crossbody into the cover to win the title.
His name is Slap Nuts. Oh, I'm sorry, Slapjack. Where's Jeff Jarrett when you need him?
No, I thought Slapjack.
Listen here, Slap Nuts.
I posted on like a wrestling news page, like, this is what immediately reminds me of when I hear his name, and it's just a gif of somebody using a slap chop.
That will immediately stop the momentum of Apollo
I actually
Crews.
have one of those, like an off-brand version of one of those. Doesn't really work all that well.
will turn into nightmares. Nothing you can do about it.
MVP's a great manager.
Oh yeah, he's been great.
This is something Apollo.
Yeah, when he came back this past year, I was like, oh, that's random. Bringing back MVP of all people. But it's worked.
Well, I mean, it also makes sense because wasn't he previously in MLW, and was that not doing a whole lot at the time?
Yeah, he wasn't doing a lot. Him and Lashley, though, were together in Impact Wrestling with Ken and King as the Beatdown Clan, and that was great. The way that ended, though, was unfortunate. Hernandez lied about not being under contract with Lucha Underground anymore. It's just the MVP that brought in Hernandez. He was the one who paid the consequences for it. Ricochet.
Might not be breaking any rules, certainly causing a distraction, getting in the head of Crews. Oh, and the suplex by Bobby
Yeah, the
Lashley.
reason I would see Street Profits retaining is if the Hurt Business gets the titles a bit later.
Yeah, but if Andrade and Garza win, I can see Apollo and Ricochet going for those belts. They need new tag teams. The tag division is too shallow.
Oh, didn't you hear? There's a talk that Forgotten Sons are coming back.
What's that?
Forgotten Sons, there's talk that they're coming back.
Oh, they shouldn't have been.
Forgotten Sons?
Oh, no, I didn't forget about them. They shouldn't have been took off TV anyways.
You make a business decision to change your career, fine. Go ahead, do that. You don't have to stab
It
your
was
friends back in the
ridiculous.
process.
Oh no, he said he had a political opinion. So does the rest of the wrestlers on Twitter.
Urge on Apollo Crews.
Yeah, it was like he gave his opinion. They didn't like it, and they pulled him, which was like, I mean, it's fine, throw Riker. It's like fine, throw Riker under the bus, but Jesus Christ, not the other, not Cutler and freaking Blade.
United States Championship back into the ring.
Riker shouldn't have been punished either. He just gave his political opinion. And all the other wrestlers give their political opinions, and nothing happens to them.
Well, it's all about social peer pressure, you know.
Feeling the most.
They have to do it, otherwise, like, they're gonna. It's WWE, which is funny, considering they don't care if they're judged, but then if something like that happened, then they take it seriously.
No, what happens is a bunch of those crybaby wrestlers. Honestly, I lost a lot of respect for Kevin Owens in that. Like, Kevin Owens, if you have a problem with this guy's political views, handle it backstage, behind the scenes, like you do with a fellow employee. You don't blast them on social media. That's just cowardly.
If he's putting his opinions out on social media, he's opening himself up to all of that. So it's not like, hey, let's do this in private. It's like, hey, I'll listen to how you respond.
He didn't attack anyone, though. He just gave his political opinion. Kevin Owens outwardly attacked him.
Here's the cover. He's going to do it. Oh, a kick out by Lashley.
Incredible power.
Dang, Apollo's getting beat up.
And agility on display, but still not enough.
Apollo.
Watch this. Bobby Lashley runs about 260, 270 pounds, and then to follow it up with a moonsault like that, simply tremendous.
I don't understand the incessant need for these pay-per-views to have like extra words, like Gold Rush.
They've been doing that since Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
No, Nick, it's the horror show.
Yeah.
And then SummerSlam is like you'll never see it coming, which we didn't.
Well, okay, that
we didn't see it coming.
No, that was more of just a tagline. Like stuff like Gold Rush and a horror show, it feels like they've actually added to the title. I mean, the name of the
paper. It's one thing to make it the tagline. It's another to make it part of the title of the show. And then unless you're like introducing a new like match type, like if there was a Gold Rush match type, that'd be interesting because you could have multiple people going for one title. But then again, that's also the Championship Scramble.
Yeah, that's why I was literally thinking that would just be a Championship Scramble and just rename it.
Yeah.
I actually liked the Championship Scramble. That was fun. Like you have multiple, like whoever holds the belt last is the champion. They only did it 4 times.
I feel like if you were going to do a Championship Scramble match right now, there'd be maybe 1 or 2 less matches because that's gonna take a long time. Like we haven't really seen large multi-man matches since Money in the Bank, I want to say, where there's like a lot of stuff is going to be happening.
Well, they haven't really been doing that before because of social distancing, so they want to have as few wrestlers. Oh, that's it. It's over. As few wrestlers in the ring as possible, but since the restrictions have gotten less severe, they've been able to do it. If they had a Battle Royal and a Gauntlet match on NXT this past Wednesday. Which honestly, that Gauntlet Eliminator match was awesome.
That was really fun. That was nice.
That was my match.
O'Reilly.
That was my match of the week.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting O'Reilly to win it.
Honestly, my favorite going in was Kushida, but then I should have like, oh no, Dream's gonna interfere.
Yeah, that's the only part of the match I missed because my internet was acting up. The only part of the match I missed was when Kushida got eliminated.
But yeah, they made Megan Bronson. I'm so glad they changed Bronson Reed's nickname from Thick Boy to Colossal. No, he's never gonna go anywhere being called Thick Boy.
I like his intro video too. His entrance video too.
Colossal.
What, you don't want? I mean, I feel like that could be intimidating. You know, you don't want to get beat down by someone who's known as a thick boy. Compared to Colossal, that's a lot to live up to. But thick boy, it's like you know what's going on there. And do you want to be beat by someone who is known as thick boy? No, you don't.
Multiple reports are coming in, and there's no mistaking this unprecedented event has completely taken over.
Oh, take over.
I just love how okay, Damian Priest, your opponent's Johnny Gargano, take over. That's it.
Yeah, it came out as like, why is Gargano getting this title shot? Who cares?
It's like, yes. That's what they told you, yes.
Like, Kansas Ray won a Battle Royal. Colorado won a championship, won a Gauntlet Eliminator match. Gargano? No, he's Gargano.
I don't mind. I know it's probably going to be a really good match, but like,
oh yeah,
still.
but come on.
NXT TakeOver 31 is available.
God, it's such a bland logo for it too. They slapped 31 in the middle of the regular TakeOver.
Well, I mean, I feel like they could only do so much. Like, they can't, like, it seems like the usual naming convention would be TakeOver whatever city they're in, but, like, they're in Orlando, so it's like, what's special about Orlando?
The earlier takeovers had special names. You had Fatal 4-Way, The End, Rival.
But that was like close to the beginning of the takeover stuff, wasn't it?
And also this year they had Takeover in Your House.
But that wasn't like a pay-per-view. That was like on a
that was a takeover.
But didn't they like rebrand an NXT show and call it?
No, you're thinking of Great American Bash.
Okay.
Yeah, they made that like a 2-week special because what was it? AEW was doing Fyre Fest. And
I actually liked Great American Bash more than Fyre Fest.
I was fine both ways.
Well, the Street Profits had a different opinion this past week on Raw Talk.
Now they're saying Zelina was the problem. Excuse. Let's just face it. These boys, Garza and Andrade, are just like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Do you guys think that the cups are going to be shot out this time?
Yes, they should shot out every week. The Street Profits show up.
WWE has a bad habit to do that. They do a special interest thing for pay-per-view, and then they do it to death every single week. To a point it's not anymore.
I think overall this pay-per-view is going to lose a notch if Retribution doesn't show up at all.
Well, the smoke.
If like they don't show up at all, it loses a notch because at this point they should be showing up during their pay-per-view. Like I thought they were going to show up during that United States Championship match, and they didn't.
WWE Clash of Champions Gold Rush is brought to you in part by Tap Out. Available now at tapout.com.
Tell you what needs no hype, and that is the entrance of the Raw Tag Team Champions. And their opponent, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, they are the Raw Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
There it is.
Wait. Okay, for a second, from the angle, it looked digital. Like they were just shooting digital cups out. And I was like, that's, I mean, environmental.
No, Byron's not chipping in. Here we go, the Street Profits.
I bet you they sleep them all up and reuse the same cups every week.
They probably do. Like with the Bucks and their money cannons.
I mean, what would be the point of throwing all those cups out just to like buy more cups?
They got that necklace with the cups on it. Yeah. Which I'm sure you can buy at WWEshop.com.
I don't know. I don't think so.
208 days as champions for the Street Profits. They are the longest reigning Raw Tag Team Champions ever.
Getting better every day.
Technically,
yeah.
Under that name.
And Joe, despite the familiarity, which is clearly
just to be fair, the title was renamed during New Day's record-breaking reign. So no, New Day's longest reigning Raw Tag.
So far, they have not lied. They are the longest reigning Raw Tag Team champions.
Whether they're on the same page or not, just based on their merits alone.
So here we go.
So you're saying that it's true from a certain point of view.
Andrade.
I'm saying it's true in the point of
champion in his own right.
the title itself.
Nobody would take anything away
It's
from
the same title that's been around since 2002.
Or their talents as a tag team.
No, it's the Raw tag team
these
title.
two get over the hump.
Same lineage.
Become tag team champions. So throughout your career, inevitably you've had somebody in your corner, whether it be a manager or just support. What is it like when that tag? What is it like when that support goes away?
Well, you know, I often expect the support to go away. Let's face it, you can only truly trust yourself in this world. But, you know, when guys like the Street Profits and guys like Andrade and Garza are forced into a situation where they do have to rely on one another, well, you know,
I'm the only one who hates the new Facebook.
And not many guys like Andrade and Garza who go out there to be the very best. They have a very hard time doing such things as trusting other people.
Pretty much devoted most social media lately.
Andrade and Garza have had a hard time trusting each other as it is.
You don't need to explain to me yet.
Criticized him for his
but like, if it wasn't for the fact that you guys like message
so hopefully
and Facebook, I wouldn't really be using it.
If you want, I can do like a do a group text message, like actual phone text messages instead next time if you want. If you want to just avoid Facebook altogether.
Honestly, Messenger. It doesn't give me notifications when I get phone messengers. Only like messages, like only Facebook Messenger pops up.
Yeah, as long as you don't want to do it by postal mail, that's fine.
Well, of course I don't want to do it by postal mail. I want you to send a carrier pigeon.
Is there familiarity with the
No, I thought you said I'm gonna need a Pony Express.
See, Nick here is fancy because he wants just like that human interaction on a pony. I just want a bird to fly through my window, scare the shit out of me, and be like, Christian needs to meet up at like 5:30. Oh, okay. Well,
what do we have here,
when 5:30 went? Oh, 2 weeks ago.
5:32.
Well, it's either I can send him back a message, or I can let my dog eat this bird.
Deadly symmetry. Did you see the pinpoint accuracy on that drop kick?
Deadly symmetry.
Maybe what Andrade and Angel Garza said is correct here as we take another look at this tag team.
And honestly, at this point, a pigeon would be more reliable than the U.S. Postal Service.
And now it's Ford who's
they've been kind of
maybe the departure of
like I haven't really experienced too bad of a delay with stuff, but
we've been dealing with some BS over here.
Are you seeing this collaboration?
Garza's enjoying it. Rolls him into the cover to win the Raw Tag Team titles and a kick out. Joe, I think you'd agree too that Angel Garza and Andrade have done a very good job of cutting this ring in half and isolating Montez Ford. Watch this, boom, right to the face of Montez
so
Ford.
I know I had brought this up a few videos ago about like what move you would want to take from a wrestler, but seeing as how we are watching this tag team match, is there a particular tag move that you'd be willing to take?
3D.
The 3D?
Yeah.
Do we understand what we're dealing with tonight?
Whoa.
Some power from Ford. Oh, that kick right to the chest.
Take a little twin magic from the Bella Twins.
The scraps getting ugly.
Wait, how does that work?
Again, do the Street Profits understand what exactly type of?
Okay,
I'll tell you when you're old. I'll tell you when you're
I
older.
don't think anybody did. Nobody expected this amount of cooperation between Garza and Andrade.
I would do 3D. I don't know. I would do 3D through a table too. Like, I mean, it feels like that completes it if you do it, get 3D done to you through a table.
I mean, if you have to take a move once, I feel like you're going with the 3D, it has to at least be through a table.
Yeah. Okay, was there a CM Punk chant going, or was I just fucking hearing things?
You're probably hearing
No
things.
way a CM Punk chant was going on in this canned crowd noise.
I swear, I could be wrong. I could be hearing things.
According to WWE, what they do is they take the audio from the actual audience and type it in. I don't believe them.
I mean, unless CM Punk is the actual head of Retribution,
able to quell the storm that was Angelo.
And they had an opportunity to make a cool Roman Reigns in charge of the division. They didn't go with it.
I mean, has it been confirmed that there is a particular leader of Retribution?
Right now, it's T-Bone.
We've seen this before.
T-Bar.
I know what I said.
Dawkins wisely able to roll out of the way. On a tag made by Garza.
Or as I call them, T-Bone Steak, Mace Windu, Slap Nuts, and the other two.
Age of Reckoning, that was it the WWE video game?
I think it was Day of Reckoning.
Day of Reckoning. There it is. Day of Reckoning.
Day of Reckoning. Wasn't that a GameCube game?
Yes, there was 2 of them.
Many a time has turned up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mercedes is the second one. Day of Reckoning 2.
I had both of them. For some reason, I still only have the second one. I don't know where the first one is.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy had a short reign as Intercontinental Champion.
Man.
It's not the end of really not the end of the world for him, to be honest. So, plus, he re-signed with them and has agreed to, like, once audience comes back, finally use his own personal thing.
Jeff Hardy has been saying he wants to have Willow fight the Fiend.
Yeah.
Nearly captured the Raw Tag Team
Well, I mean, that will show up in a matter of time.
Yep.
Although I honestly don't know how that would turn out, because from what I heard and some of the video I've seen of Willow, it was kind of interesting but weird. But that's like Jeff Hardy's whole thing. But I honestly haven't watched the Ultimate Deletion from when Matt Hardy had appeared and feuded with Bret. And I don't know if it's going to have the same kind of pardon the term, impact.
Yeah. We saw WWE screwed up broken Matt Hardy, so I don't trust them to do.
Excuse me, Nick. That's woken Matt Hardy.
Ford has taken a lot of punishment.
That's not it. Come on.
Andrade nearly had it. Major peril right now for Montez Ford. Angelo Dawkins once again taken out of the mix. Montez Ford has got to dig deep.
That's how they also build that Dabba-Kato Strowman Raw Underground match, and it lasted less than like 5 minutes.
Well, to be fair, that's how most shoot fights actually go.
Yeah.
Question, Joe, how much more can Montez Ford take in this
there should have been more to it. Like,
honestly,
even if it was just 5 minutes.
I thought the Dolph Ziggler, what's the other guy had a better match? What's his name? Arthur something?
Wait, dude.
What?
Hey, what happened?
No, he kicked out at 2.
We all saw the same thing, right?
He kicked out like 2. They had the crowd going 1. They had the crowd going 1.
Well, they had the crowd noise 1, 2.
Wait, no, timeout. No, he kicked out at 2.
No timeout. Street Profits 1. So I guess we'll do.
What the fuck was that? No, timeout, no.
Look, here it is, look.
Here we go again. Okay. 1,
2, kick
he
out.
Kicked out at 2.
One more time.
He kicked out at 2.
The official looked like he got in position. Watch this.
Yeah, this
angle here. Watch.
I mean, there's
2. He kicked out. He kicked out. No, fuck off. What the fuck was that finish?
How can Street Profits be happy with that win?
So okay. First of all, Street Profits are just going along with that because when you see the replay, you see his face and he has a look of like disappointment. So if anything, it was on the ref because the ref counted and it was just like, okay, this is done, and he called for foul.
Is Garza, hold on a sec, is Garza legit okay? They could have stopped the match because of it. Because of that. Is Garza okay? Yeah, Garza has medical looking at him right now.
That probably was the reason. It's just like,
yeah, because that was
a replay and a camera angle that showed that obviously there was a kick out at 2, but to put someone through further injury, they were just like, let's end it.
That was not the plan finish.
I don't think it was. Garza looks like he got legit injured. Garza looked like he got legit injured, and they had to stop the match. They had to stop the match early. What the hell, man? That's like, oh.
Hyundai and I
man, nothing's
to recognize
like even gotten close to the enjoyment of the first.
So we would like to deliver food to your unit.
So Hyundai and WWE are joining forces this year to learn what
if someone is injured, I'd more be like, okay, whatever. That didn't turn out too well this time. But at least they're not like the worst case scenario is that they go through the match and then every WWE further injuries, in which case now you won't see that wrestler for months because they decided to push themselves.
Because together we are stronger.
Or someone decided they were okay when they weren't.
Drive.
I guess I just hope Garza's okay and stuff, man. It just. God damn. That was a good match going. I mean, as much as I crapped on the fact that this is their billionth time they've butted heads, I knew it was still going to be a good match between these two teams. But
I mean, in another way, you could crap on the fact that this is another time that they've gone up against each other. But think about how many times the New Day and the Usos have gone up against each other, and it's like they still put on enjoyable matches. There may be moments here and there between some of those matches that are memorable, but like they fought each other plenty of times. So it's just like when you want a match to go on, you have the Usos Day.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know how much it matters nowadays, but there's a draft.
So what's ridiculous? They're having the draft right before Survivor Series. We're supposed to be brand versus brand loyalty. Why are you loyal to a brand you just showed up at?
Dude, that doesn't even matter anymore, to be honest. It only mattered last year because they got NXT involved. Okay.
It's
not this week, but next week.
Like they're kind of pretty much at this point just accelerating things to where it's like when you had a crowd and you had like when they focus more on
here's Drew. Go ahead.
Drew. Yeah. How did you find yourself in a position to defeat our
I just did this
24/7 champion?
And I showed up and I won.
As a coach, one of my first rules: always be alert. Now, I wasn't scheduled to compete here tonight, but I had to stay loose. So I was doing my lunges up and
he
down
technically
the halls
had
of
a match at
Thunderdome
Clash of
when I saw
Champions.
R-Truth. He had his guard down, and I seized my
this means he gets that pay-per-view payday.
Now, I'd like to dedicate tonight's victory to a former 24/7 champion, a longtime friend of mine, and a former rival, Akira Tozawa, who was apparently eaten by a shark last Monday.
Oh! What did I say, Mo? What did I say? What did I say? I told you. 3 title changes tonight.
I guess people could rewatch whatever expression or reaction I had, but I didn't honestly feel like he was going to retain it for the whole thing, because that's never the thing when it comes to the 24/7. Like, R-Truth is the multi-time 24/7 champion.
Is for a championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Cole and Corey Graves at ringside, and Clash of Champions is brought to you by Hyundai. As you know, September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, everybody's confirming. Garth's definitely entering, so hopefully, hopefully it's nothing serious.
Joining us, the newest Hyundai Hope on Wheels ambassadors, Alex and Jordan.
What they should do with Bayley is have an open challenge.
Yeah, I hope they'll be fine. Hey, but now, here's the thing. Her business could get involved.
In her 300
They're not getting involved in SmackDown match. They're getting enough on that.
So, like I said, what I heard about this match coming up is that apparently things have changed. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Nikki Cross isn't cleared
I
to
can't
compete.
look at this. That her background right there. Ugh.
Smile on Bayley's face tells the
it's not making me
tale.
nauseous or anything. It's spraying my eyes.
But you can't argue
You just gotta take the right drug, and then just look at that for about an hour. Be like, I can feel the universe.
SmackDown Women's Champion.
Besides, if Nikki Cross is not medically cleared, I could see it being just an opportunity for either someone from NXT, or maybe it becomes a member of Retribution.
Let's be perfectly honest. Bayley has run through the roster.
I know you said that Retribution is Raw, but like,
and as you can see, she's setting
which makes no sense considering they're supposed to be.
Sometimes WWE doesn't even follow their own like rules or information, so I don't really.
I actually forgot about the brand to brand invitational until Cesaro and Nakamura showed up.
Oh man,
because they hadn't used it in months.
Sad news about Nikki Cross. She's unable to compete, so she has to forfeit her title opportunity tonight. Man, that sucks. I was really looking forward to her proving the world wrong and showing that she can actually beat me tonight because Sasha's not in my corner, but I even got new gear for you, Nikki. Come on. Don't worry, you know, I am the most dominant champion in all of WWE. You would have lost either way. It's just, wish it wasn't a forfeit. All right.
To be honest, I agree. I wish it wasn't a forfeit.
Guys, I'm not going to let you down because I am your role model. So tonight, I'm going to give an opportunity of a lifetime to any superstar out there for my SmackDown Women's Championship, okay? Anyone, literally anyone. Hello? Ding dong, hello? No one's there, okay, close the door, that's it. All right, looks like we're gonna cut to the chase. Referee, get in here, raise my arm in victory right now. Get in here, come on. I win. Get in the ring, raise my arm.
Dude, Bayley, get some over here so I can raise you. Hey, Asuka!
Forfeit should happen. There's a forfeit.
Oh, wait just a minute. That's the Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, who I know who it is earlier tonight.
I know. Are we have a champion versus champ? Is this going to be an actual Clash of Champions?
It's not. It's just gonna be Asuka.
It's a match. It's a match.
It's a match, but I doubt it's champion versus champion.
I don't think Bayley expected this.
Well, nobody expected this. But she should have been out here running her mouth and crowing the fact
Asuka wants to be Asuka 2 belts.
And Asuka was going for the German
Or
suplex and now ducks
each
underneath the
knee.
is connecting to
Asuka
Bayley,
knee
who
belt.
falls right on the back of her neck. And the SmackDown Women's Champions
What's champion
looking to
for belt?
regroup. Obviously, Bayley not ready for Asuka tonight. And as we've been told, this is a championship match for the
there it is.
SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka looking to become a double champion.
What is
And
it,
maybe
Nick?
it'll be Asuka those belts.
Oh, you want me to check?
There's no kind of ring to it, Cole.
And Asuka now with a drop kick right to the face of Bayley.
A hip attack takes down the champion.
This is a SummerSlam rematch here tonight. Bayley with a kick out. And now Asuka looking for the armbar.
Damn.
Asuka may very well snap Bayley's arm in the
read
center of the ring.
kanji.
Bayley
Hear
in
that
a lot
one
of
more?
trouble now.
I mean, what a shame for Bayley as she
God,
tries
damn,
to
that was
not
cover
yet,
this Asuka's
but
shoulders
I'm
down.
Give it a sec.
And now
Built.
Asuka looking for
It's
the Asuka
built.
lock. Bayley trying to make it to the rope and does.
Put it in the chat.
Tonight.
Corey, can you imagine if Bayley's
Okay.
349-day reign, the longest in the history of the women's title on SmackDown,
How do I put
ends tonight
Romanized
at the hands
Japanese?
of Asuka?
Well, just like
No, I can't fathom
not-
that. I can't understand or believe that. Bayley has been preparing for Nikki Cross. This is unfair. This is advantageous to the Raw Women's Champion.
not the like kanji or anything like that.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The only thing I can think of this match ends kind of to protect Asuka is that Sasha interferes.
Now, what are you going to blame the referee
I
that he
don't
didn't
think
call a
Sasha's
forfeit
going to
quick enough?
interfere. I think
I don't think she
Certainly
is
was
either.
lollygagging out here,
in
taking
some
his
way,
very good time.
and it's just going to be like
Bayley is a taking over the matchup.
I don't know. Maybe she does something where it's just like, oh, Asuka gave up. I win.
Had a match earlier tonight, the victory over Zelina Vega.
I'm curious to see where they go with the women's tag
It's the same
title.
point. As smart a move for Asuka.
This would be the second pay-per-view in which Asuka has done double duty.
To be fair, that match wasn't even that long. It was supposed to be just a kickoff match.
Night after night.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's the fact that for these two pay-per-views, Clash of Champions and Payback, Asuka has done 2 matches, whether like in the same pay-per-view on one night.
There's multiple Japanese words for belt.
Try to look for one. Just look for the word championship.
You may want to pay attention to Asuka instead of looking at us over here, but and Asuka now.
Ooh, nice. Nice, not Cobra Joe.
I don't know if I can get used to the thought of Asuka 2 belts, Cole.
I mean, either way,
there are multiple words for that too.
First, because we're going to butcher this, because I know I don't know
Shinshuken title of champions. Championship.
I guess it would be Ni Shinshuken or Shinshuken Ni.
I have a. If in like a little bookcase behind me, I do have a English-Japanese translate dictionary. But yeah, this is the actual match where it's a Clash of Champions. Hey, they found a way to make their namesake. There we go.
Oh, come on.
This was probably how the Alexa match was gonna go. You know? Sorry, not the Alexa match. Sorry, the when Nikki showed up.
Woman of Friday Night SmackDown.
If Nikki showed up, that's probably what it was gonna be.
What a freaking tease!
Yeah, you like that tease, don't you? That tease of the fact that Asuka might be a double champion in one night. Oh.
The title can only change.
I mean, come on.
That was fine. Hey, what? Sasha, baby. But yeah, she didn't show up during the match like I wanted to, but... What is she? Oh, okay. Do it.
I still find it weird when it's like a big moment happens and they cut to the crowd and it's just a bunch of screams.
Trying to get back at Bayley, her former best friend, the woman who tried to end her career.
Listen, this is not smart for Sasha.
So yeah,
Banks.
I think this part was supposed to happen regardless. This Sasha shows up and tries to get revenge on Bayley.
Yeah, injured on 2 sneak attacks by the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley.
The way I like it, I mean, Asuka like gets the win. Sasha gets hurt. Bayley still gets to look like a complete another bitch. I mean, we all worked out in the end. I just kind of wish that match was a bit longer.
Competitor she wasn't prepared for.
It was actually longer, not bit, longer.
In terms of motivation, I don't see how Sasha's character has anything really to say about how Bayley turned out when she's the one who made Bayley the way she is right now. It's just like, oh, Bayley betrayed me. You were planning to betray her.
Well, to be honest, I won't be surprised if the line down the road before their eventual match is like, I made you, now I must destroy you, or something like that.
Nick, I'd like to point you to a wonderful piece of cinema called Return of the Jedi. Actually, the original Star Wars trilogy. In terms of building up an evil character and then destroying the mentor.
And that's what Sasha's hoping for tonight.
Hey, you brought up Star Wars, and it's funny is she's gonna be in the next season. Sasha's gonna be in the next season of Mandalorian, so.
I mean, I did that all on my own. That's muscle drama for you.
I see her Archer shirt. I still gotta catch up with the current season. I forgot it premiered earlier this month.
I haven't watched the show in like seasons and years.
It's good. They had a few seasons where like they did different things.
After a while, it stops having the kind of same impact to me as it did before, so I just stopped.
And Bayley,
but
at least
not only is this Archer shirt, it's more of a presidential Archer shirt.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Bayley looks scared to death.
His slogan is, because that's how you get a president. Sterling Archer, 2016.
Bayley got away for now.
Bayley proud of her decision to get disqualified to retain her title when from out of nowhere the boss returns.
All right, let's see.
Aggression aplenty.
Honestly, the ambulance match should go on last since it's a gimmick match.
But Corey for Sasha Banks.
But would not put it past him. We're all at the top again.
What Sasha Banks was hoping for.
Wait, shit, I just realized the time. Is there legit only 2 matches left?
Yeah.
Before Bayley was able to scramble away.
Started at
Sasha
7.
in the process may have set her own
So
recovery back
if we're going 2.5 hours, that would be pretty much enough time for 2 decent sized matches.
In her eyes for her former friend.
I'm gonna say they leave. It's really difficult because it could be either match. It could be go on last. I think Reigns Uso is gonna be the main event match.
I don't know.
Honestly, guys, the show started off strong. It has been bad, and it just hasn't been.
It hasn't lived up to the opening match. It hasn't, and it's sad.
All these matches so far feel like they could have been on Raw or SmackDown.
It's okay, so that is a legitimate opinion to have, because it's just like, with how everything's been going, it's just like, you can't have every match just be like just insane, because one, the crowd is kind of like at least 25 to 50% of the expectation of the match.
Look,
if
I don't need to be.
Something happens and you have obviously like piped in crowd noise, that's gonna kind of kill it. Whereas,
well, it's not just the crowd noise; just the in-ring action has just been standard. Like, they don't feel like pay-per-view matches.
But yeah, I mean, you know, those moments when you have like someone do this amazing thing and they just look to the crowd and the camera gets them in the right moment. That's the thing that like WWE and just like wrestling in general is all about. It's just like, even if you aren't there physically, there are people in the crowd that just feel that. And it's kind of different working with, hey, I'm playing to this screen that has this person that has like an awkward face on right now.
Honestly, it's better to see a face at all, and honestly, it's not. Yeah, crowd noise is important, but it's just, I'm talking about the in-ring action itself. Because they have, none of these been bad matches, but they've just been standard. They don't feel like pay-per-view matches. They just feel like normal matches.
WWE
like the only ones that felt like pay-per-view matches was the ladder match and possibly the next 2 matches. You don't need to be all crazy balls to the walls gimmick match to be a pay-per-view quality match.
Well, I mean, at this point, you kind of do with the way that things have been going, because, mind you, okay, think about it in this way. They normally in the pay-per-views they'd have a lot more people to work with, which they don't right now. And like most of these stories that they have going on seem to only last like the span of 1 or 2 pay-per-views. And in the terms of like payback, that was like a week's time. So whatever stuff that they're trying to pull off is like, for some of it, it's short term.
Mm-hmm.
But because in a way, Uso versus Reigns is short term, because they could have been building up on that for a long time. It's just that people were aware of the relationship and they wanted to like see like maybe the Usos and Reigns will be in a team at some point. But like seeing them fight against each other is even better. And it's just like, kind of adds an unexpected twist to things, and it has more weight
of the
to
WWE
the fight.
Championship.
Oh, wow.
Well, it seems appropriate.
Okay.
The next time we compete,
Roman Uso has been a great storyline. The ambulance match has had more build. It's a gimmick match. It should be the last match. This order doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so I forgot, when did Drew like lose the 24/7 title? Was that before the Bayley stuff and the SmackDown Championship match?
Yeah.
That was before. Okay, sorry, I'm mistaken.
It represents different things.
Yeah, it was before Bayley. And the first change happened in between the ladder match and the Raw and the title match.
Yeah, no, I got that one, but thank you.
Clash of Champions. I'm gonna make sure you take one more ride in this ambulance, and I'm going to make
One valid complaint I have heard about the 24/7 title is that they just don't seem to care about it anymore. It just happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's I had that thought the moment it was made when I saw like a bunch of people just like.
Hey everyone, so as you can tell, we had a weird abrupt shift during this WWE Championship match. I lost power like 3 or 4 times before.
I would like to think that I made you laugh so hard that I disrupted the whole thing. But...
Yeah, no. Okay, so pretty much.
It was Retribution.
Yeah, it was Retribution. Apparently, this is their initiation ceremony for us. But, anyways, so power went out in my place. So Mo was kind enough to let me swing to his place in a spare room, so that way we can get this recording finished up and wrapped up. So from here on it's going to be at the beginning of the WWE Championship match between Orton and McIntyre. So I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Really happy I can finish this reaction properly, not like what happened at SummerSlam. So please enjoy, guys, and we'll see you in a post show.
The bell literally just rung.
I forgot to unmute it, but we should be good.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mike Rome.
Yeah, we're good. Nick, we're good.
All right.
Is to put your opponent
I don't know what point you lost power. There was
It was just at the beginning of this match where they haven't even really left the ring.
Okay.
Is when I was power, and then when it finally came back on, I reset it. It was at a later part where they were closer to the ambulance, much closer.
Okay, we'll keep our mouth shut until it happens. Religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. It's a good song.
World Championship.
It's alright.
It almost seems this matchup, this environment
It's
is
rated
perfect
RKO,
for
right?
the Viper. Anything goes. Anything in the imagination of Randy Orton is possible in order to capture the WWE Championship.
They use the same brand ambulance. Oh, it's like ambulance you just rent.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I know a guy that used to work, did kind of graphic design, and part of the company that he worked for, they would do the wraparounds for ambulances and stuff like that. So it's kind of just like,
Perpetrated by that man, the apex predator, Randy Orton.
I don't know.
This match seems
You get certain.
It's rare that I agree with
I'm sure
it is the fact
if it's not in use, you can rent them in some form or capacity.
where he's allowed to
Yeah.
use the full breadth of his abilities to torture his opponents.
To quote our broadcast partner, JBL, who said it many times, if God created the perfect superstar from the ground up,
The Viper. So that you can kill the apex predator.
The apex predator. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the apex predator. Yeah.
Hey, it's expensive. I'm kidding. It's not offensive at all.
To get to this moment, remember the
Or I am German.
3 kicks to the skull of Drew McIntyre.
You like some schnitzel?
You also question
Actually, I'm part here. We're saying get away with that.
Who suffered the 3 Claymore kicks at the hands of Drew McIntyre. Essentially, 2 men entering this match at less than 100%.
And Joe, it does come down to a matchup in a way of the 2 most dangerous moves in sports entertainment today. The kick to the skull and the Claymore.
I mean, we sat here for week after week watching these 2 apex competitors hunt each other over and over again. And tonight, we're going to find out which guy is going to come out on top, because it will all be answered the minute that those ambulance doors close.
With a win tonight, Randy Orton can tie Triple H for the 2nd most world titles in history at 14. The only
there you go. Talking about that multi-title reign.
Yeah.
I love how WWE acts like, oh, he won 14 world titles. Yeah, that means he lost it 14 times too.
Yeah, it's always that.
Like, like it really matters more how long you held the title rather than how many times you won it.
Well, a lot of the times it's like they, you know, they talk about all this stuff in the point that either it's to make it harder, it's to make it seem just a little bit more that this is not going to be a win for Randy Orton. It's not a win for him just yet, but it could be, and if it is, it would make it that much more glorious. Not to reference Bobby Roode, just in general, it would make it that much.
No, you own that pun.
I don't own puns. I own random stupid phrases.
Yeah, in the previous version of this, Chris, you referenced how you liked McIntyre's entrance video.
Yeah, I was cracking a joke about like how this is what happened. McIntyre's entrance whole shtick is how you know the WWE is putting investment in somebody.
See the intensity in the eyes of the indomitable WWE champion.
And his vitriolic disdain, despite the fractured jaw, despite the injury,
indomitable
McIntyre made it a point to
WWE champion
to be here at Clash of Champions and defend his WWE title.
And McIntyre making his way to the ring. This is what McIntyre has sought to prove every single time he has represented this championship, that he is the best, that he will take on any comer. But Joe, it has gone to this very personal extent.
And that is a walk of a man.
Oh, did you guys see that Black Widow got postponed next year?
Yeah, Black Widow got postponed next year, next May. Shang-Chi got moved to July next year, and Eternal got moved.
They all got shuffled back.
Yeah.
What I was disappointed of is that Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong got pushed back. I was looking forward to that.
Stuff, like, doesn't surprise me because of the fact that a lot of these studios are banking on people in the theaters sitting in seats. So, like, doing all this work, these movies had been, like, pretty much done with before COVID.
Yeah.
So,
especially Black Widow.
Yeah, especially Black Widow. And I feel like Mulan, in a way, was an experiment, and it didn't work out for them.
No,
so why are they going to do Black Widow the same way, where it's like, you have Disney Plus, but you know what? You also have to pay extra to watch this brand new movie.
Yeah.
Well, what was ridiculous, I don't think that was the problem, is the fact they were charging $30 for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the fact that you are paying extra money on top of the fact that you already have a subscription service.
Introducing.
Yeah, I know people were waiting because Mulan's going to be added to the thing for free on December anyways.
50 pounds.
Well, speaking of December, Mulan's been moved to Christmas Day. Oh, not Mulan, Wonder Woman's been moved to Christmas Day.
They put, okay, I was wondering, me and Bert were wondering about that.
Yeah, I think by Christmas there'll be more opening. Like, we got theaters around here that are opening.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre.
If this is the end of his title reign, he's had a good reign.
Oh no, yeah, McIntyre's had an amazing, a really good reign, especially during these times. He's defended.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the end of his reign, just because of the fact that Randy Orton, again, has had a multi-title reign, or not just a multi-title reign, he has had the title multiple times. On top of that, McIntyre, this is his first title reign, and he's had it since WrestleMania. So if Orton was going to, Orton's gonna show off what McIntyre can do. I don't see Orton winning this. It's just to build up the tension that if Orton wins, he's gonna put himself in another tier compared to everyone else who has had the title.
I don't know. I think there's a good chance Orton wins because I know they want to have, because McIntyre didn't really get his crowning moment at WrestleMania because of the crowd. They may have Orton take the belt to have McIntyre get a later date.
That's the rumor's been going for a while now.
Like that's also probably the reason they gave their why Rhea Ripley lost to Charlotte. That they want to do that down the line again.
Seething right now with every shot,
but honestly, with the way Keith Lee's been blowing up, I can see Orton winning and then maybe dropping it to Keith Lee. I did hear the original plan. They were gonna have Orton win and drop an Edge. I was like, the Edge doesn't need it. He doesn't need the WWE title.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about when it comes to legacy or legend wrestlers. That was nice, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
But when it comes to like legacy or legend wrestlers, really they don't need the title. But it's more just like,
I just don't want to see two,
what kind of
like one
circulating through the mind.
One who's been around for a long time and a part-timer feuding over the world title. Their feud doesn't need it. Like, I don't mind Orton winning the title and feuding with other young, like feuding with young up-and-comers.
McIntyre is hurt.
I think it's all about
cryptic smile.
They need something
really hurt
to say about a person when they win this title. So it's like, so it's not just like, oh, he won the title again. It's like he won the title for the 18th time.
Wait.
It's the Big Show!
Hey, he shaved.
He always looks kind of weird without his beard. I guess I'm just so used to him with facial hair.
Wow.
He looks a little more friendly. A little bit more ready to be on a Netflix show, perhaps.
You know, people were expecting this at the SummerSlam match between McIntyre and Orton. We're expecting like interference from people like Orton screwed over.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, or Christian shows up during this match.
I can see at least Shawn Michaels showing up. You know, he's always around anyways. So like,
he's always around. He's in Texas.
Did you hear he still helps produce NXT UK through like face chat apparently?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
so is this Heritage Cup a championship or just a cup?
He's got that knowing smile, Byron.
It's their own way of doing like a work.
Nearly be at his end.
A workman's title.
So it's supposed to be their secondary title, right?
It's supposed to be like their own unique secondary title from the sound of it. The only difference is that it has a unique stipulation if you want to obtain it. Like you have to win in like a British round style match.
The way the rules sound is something exactly like the Impact Grand Championship.
It's basically just like sounds like boxing style match.
Yeah, that's literally what the Impact Grand Championship was. The exact same rules. And honestly, that got old after a while, and they had to get rid of that rule.
Drew McIntyre taking
I think with
his
the
own
British
little
rounds match, I
playbook here.
think it's like it's more like more Iron Man mixed with like yeah, it's more like Iron Man mixed with rounds.
And now looking to dissect the Viper.
Yeah, see, we're definitely way past where like the power went out. The way it came back on is when they got closer to the ambulance.
Yeah, you just missed Big Show.
That was cool. Big Show showed up. Wreck shop. You think he would have helped stay to help McIntyre finish him?
No, you're thinking too much into that.
I'm thinking everything into that.
I think Big Show just wanted to get his little shot in, and then he thinks McIntyre can handle it.
It has to be satisfying.
And McIntyre
What would be interesting though is the people that McIntyre beats shows up like Seth Rollins, and Dolph Ziggler, and Lashley.
Yeah.
And now McIntyre. McIntyre may do this now. Heading towards the ambulance. Heading towards the ambulance with Orton.
Ooh, battering ram.
Door of the ambulance. That's just the prelude to the end.
Me and Mo were talking about who's about to grab while you were gone.
And Joe, this appeared to be inevitable. McIntyre is.
It's a red chair.
It's a red chair. What the fuck?
And it's got logo on it. It's an official ambulance chair.
I'm pretty sure you can buy that off of ProCare.com, which is an affiliate of WWE.com.
Yeah, me and Mo were talking about. I was like, I don't think there'd be a steel chair in the ambulance. They have something more secure.
Yeah, they have what is it? A giant kendo stick in the shape of the square. It's just like it's like what?
Instead of
hold up a table.
Instead of using anesthetic to knock out a patient, they use a steel chair, and it's just like you knew what you signed up for when you got into the band.
This is what you get for not having proper medical insurance.
Oh, you don't have health insurance? All right, I'm doing it.
Okay, so there goes the aesthetic. Roy, could you get the steel chair, please?
This is Orton Care.
Fractured jaw. From the 3 kicks to the skull from Randy Orton. Orton knows very well that is a soft spot for Drew McIntyre. It is a bullseye.
Yeah, we see your insurance doesn't cover anesthetic. All right, get the chair.
I can see Orton winning. Not Orton winning. I can see McIntyre winning, and like Orton's just gone for a while until like Edge is 100% again.
Yeah, but who does McIntyre feud with next?
Ooh, this is where Keith Lee shows up and slams the door.
He's got to put him out before he closes those doors.
But who else is there for McIntyre to feud with? Who's the top heel on Raw? Well, I guess the draft is coming up. That can give him fresh opponents.
Yeah, and then enough time for Hell in a Cell as well. And that rhymes.
I can't really think about who I'd want to see traded.
Caught him right in the jaw too, Tom.
And this is where things get vicious and grimy. We are clawing for every little scrap.
That uppercut again, jarring the jaw of McIntyre.
SmackDown definitely needs some more high-profile women's wrestlers.
The jaw, but when that jaw is already fractured,
face first into the side of the ambulance.
Yeah.
Completely disable the WWE champion.
Joe, this had to be something in the back of the mind of McIntyre trying to get this match over
really
early because the longer
Raw has a lot of women on their roster, and they're not all being used.
I wish they just moved. If you want, I mean, if it wasn't the fact they're still dragging along this Rollins and Mysterio feud, I would say move Rollins and Murphy to SmackDown.
For giving Randy Orton any opportunity, any air to breathe.
Man, he'd be kind of Roman Reigns' shadow then. You don't really need 2 heels like that.
I know.
So
just Rollins isn't on SmackDown yet. So.
If anything, you would
needs to get out of this.
Oh, see,
maybe move Murphy to SmackDown. So Rollins has to find either a new disciple.
Oh, he already betrayed Murphy. You haven't seen that on Raw.
Not the way that I'm used to.
Murphy let him down too many times, and Rollins beat the crap out of him.
Okay, it's about this next part coming up is like where like when I got power again. This is the part it showed me.
And the champion trying to fight through the pain. Measuring Orton alongside the ambulance. Here we go.
Claymore. kicked the door right off through the.
Yes, he was around here. Because he just Claymore the fucking door off. Holy fuck.
What else did he do?
He's like, my leg.
A major bullet there.
God damn.
Well, watch this again. Drew McIntyre was going for the Claymore.
Honestly, I know we're kind of still going on, but this has been way better than some ambulance matches I've seen before.
See, you can do a good ambulance match, much like you can do a good I can't think of a stupid gimmick match, but yeah, that
match.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Actually, no. Kurt Angle and Eric Young had a really good stretcher match in TNA one time.
See, so like it's not impossible.
Eric Young actually won that match too.
Think about this: if you Drew McIntyre,
like I said, one of my favorite moments of an ambulance match is how CM beat Ryback once in an ambulance match.
Oh yeah, speaking of Eric Young, he's going to be defending the Impact World title against Rich Swann and Bound for Glory.
Yeah, well, we'll bring that up in a post where our next pay-per-view is going to be.
Well, that's a question Drew McIntyre needs to find an answer to, and he needs to find an answer to that right now.
Because technically it was going to be, because when after fact they moved Hell in Cell back to like the 25th, freaking Bound for Glory was going to be our main October reaction for wrestling pay-per-views.
Honestly, our Slammiversary video got a lot of views, so thanks to our people out there.
Yeah.
People were actually interested in our Impact thoughts.
Our very impactful
right hands.
Impact. There you go.
WWE Champion.
Yeah, we won't have an AEW show till November. Full gear.
Yeah.
McIntyre's been incensed the moment the bell rang for this
matchup.
Man.
Not the lunch area. Not the obvious destruction's going to happen at the lunch area.
Call it the catering area.
The catering, whatever.
I'm trying. Look, when they go backstage, I'm trying to think about like what areas I've actually been around.
Ooh, hit the camera guy. Ooh, or hit the camera. What the?
Who's
Christian?
Jesus Christ! I was joking.
I kind of figured.
So yeah, I have a feeling. So it's okay. We got Big Show. We got Christian. I don't think they're gonna have Flair show up, but I think Shawn Michaels is gonna
don't
sweet
think
music.
Flair's gonna show up?
And again, this is the benefit of
I feel like Flair and Triple H will show up.
Well, Flair and Shawn Michaels.
Dude, if they get Edge to show up, the last person to screw him over, I think that will be like the cherry on top.
And the major question is now,
Edge is the last
Drew
person to
McIntyre
help
take
screw
advantage
over
of
Orton.
this interruption, this unexpected interference?
I doubt it.
And considering the damage done to the knee, the right
Because like I said, this is what a lot of people were speculating was going to happen at SummerSlam. That like everybody Orton dicked over was going to fucking get revenge on him during the match.
It's good to do it here because it's an ambulance match. There's no disqualification.
McIntyre knows he's got new life in this match.
Look at Orton. Look at the damage. The damage.
What did that office share do you, Orton? You're so vile.
And now Drew McIntyre, he's firing off a brand new salvo.
Drew McIntyre, we know where he's headed, guys. Right back towards the ambulance.
Yeah, very wise by the WWE Champion. Remember, the only way to win is to incapacitate your opponent and throw them in the back of this ambulance.
I know it's not possible
doors must shut
because
behind
even
them.
by like setting up standards and prop standards, I don't think it'll work. But if he could like
both Drew McIntyre
like Claymore Orton so hard, he goes through the doors into the ambulance.
I can tell you right
that
now,
would be
there's
really
nothing but bad intent.
I know it's not possible,
that hood
but
right now, Tom.
one could dream.
Hey, you have to do that in 2K Brawl.
Yeah. Probably in Battlegrounds in a future update.
Battleground. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. 2K. Hell, you can throw a person into it. Oh!
You know what's funny? That's not the first time in the last couple of weeks you've seen that.
Oh
my god, that was my favorite part of when Big E's being the chef security guard. What's your name? I don't care. Your name is Larry. I'm like,
your name's Larry.
I'm gonna call you Larry. It's like, and he's continue to beat the shell. And then apparently he was gonna kidnap the guy too.
Oh yeah, because that was the security guard who led him over. The shit for chance to beat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big E's been great. Big E's always great.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Drew McIntyre is even moving right now.
He's fine. He's survived like 50 million F5.
Both these men have severely punished each
Have
other.
you ever heard of
McIntyre
CTE?
ascending to the top of the ambulance.
Yes.
Right now, just trying
A
to put
former
some
WWE
distance
superstar
between
helps run a
himself
research
and Randy
facility
Orton.
that helps
Both men have
combat.
taken so much damage at this point in
Was it
this
Chris
ambulance
Nowinski?
match.
Yeah, Chris Lewinsky.
Thank you.
And just being on top of this ambulance.
Trust me, that's not even
worse.
like watching Dark Side of the Ring. Like that's before
That
finding out about
windshield's a
CTE.
minefield of laceration.
Yeah, Chris Lewinsky, when he was a wrestler, his gimmick was pretty much Lanny Poffo. Jeff Jones always smarter than anybody else.
Of the ambulance.
And he had this weird tag team with Robbie Back with Teddy Long managing them. Because Teddy Long was having that white boy challenge where he had Roddy Mack beat up a white wrestler every week.
Remember in Dark Side of the Ring, they bring up how close Nowinski was to getting Benoit as part of his CTE research.
Seeing Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre.
Well, the first time I had heard about it was in an issue of GQ magazine.
Ooh, damn.
What is being done to the back of Drew McIntyre by Randy Orton.
The champ's fighting back.
I heard a good theory that it would be really cool if like it turns out Keith Lee was the head of Retribution.
McIntyre favoring the jaw.
Dude,
I mean,
if anybody could resuscitate the craptastic Retribution, it would be the Enigma, the charismatic Enigma that is Keith Lee.
Well, Brody Lee saved the Dark Order, so
anything's possible, right? And now the Dark Order is actually tolerable, like good at most of the time.
well, it's basically Brody Lee and his goon squad.
Hell, they're like the best part about episodes of Being the Elite. They're like amazing. You missed the one where like they were beating the shit out of one of the Dark Order guys they hate. And Trent's mom showed up, and like she had to pretend to use like a roll of papers and make it look like she's done major damage to this guy. She missed with the papers. Everybody corpsed hard, and like they still continue with the skit.
Look how satisfied he is with himself.
But yeah, but my point is that like Keith Lee would be interesting twist.
Well, would probably fix a loophole, a plot hole. Why the fuck is Mia Yim in Retribution and they attacked Keith Lee multiple times?
Yeah.
Well, that would, like, the way that they would solidify that is to have Mia Yim kiss Keith Lee in the middle of the ring. It's like, why'd you attack him? And it's like, nah, they were just playing around. And then
I'm waiting for somebody to show up.
Shawn Michaels!
There's Shawn Michaels. Oh, that was fucking great. Sweet chin music. Push. Just like,
Suck it. That was awesome.
Shit, how the fuck did I get up here? Shawn Michaels, how the fuck did I get up here? How did I get down?
I mean, he didn't dance or anything, but I mean, I guess that's cool.
That was great. Even though it was kind of obvious because they kept on zooming in so that way Michaels keep in position. I love that part. I love the push. Just, that's my favorite part is the push.
So who else is, so I guess we're really just Ric Flair.
Ric Flair and Edge.
I don't know if Edge will show up.
Ric Flair, no. Edge, maybe.
No, Ric Flair, yes. Edge, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like Edge will be a more likely.
Get Randy Orton inside the ambulance.
Well, how long they say Edge would be out of action?
They didn't say. Nobody knows exactly. They just said months. All they said is months. I believe the injury, it's a big range. It could be like something, if it's minor, like a few months. If it's a bit major, it could be close to half a year.
The driver's side door off of the ambulance, and now McIntyre continues to fight on against Orton.
So the only other thing I could see happening right now is like Randy Orton reverses again, and just when you think Orton's won, Ric Flair low blows Orton.
I'm still wondering. Oh, RKO.
That really didn't look like a good RKO.
McIntyre's eyes are glazed over.
This should have been the last match.
I don't know, man. This has been a good match. This has been like the other really good match of the show so far.
Well, that's why I say it should have gone last.
Don't worry,
this
dude.
is anybody's victory right now.
I'm actually still psyched to see the Universal Championship match. Hell, we don't even know what they're doing with the women's tag title match.
McIntyre has an opening.
I don't think it's happening.
Watch this.
Well, I know it's not happening, but I want to see how they say it's not happening.
I feel like you're not going to be satisfied with that answer.
They said in the pre-show that they weren't clear to compete, that it wouldn't be the match.
Okay, so now this is when Flair shows up and low blows Orton.
Now Orton faced with the task of getting the champion in the back of that ambulance.
Got the champion inside. Got the champion inside. McIntyre's in the back of the ambulance.
All Orton has to do is shut both doors.
McIntyre inside.
All he has to do is shut those doors, but Ric Flair is driving the ambulance.
He's getting cocky.
Orton knows he's about to win the WWE Championship.
Orton trying to close the door. Trying to close it. McIntyre gets his hands out.
Dude, you only did one RKO on me, bro. I survived like 50,000 F5.
The champion says no.
Ah, finger in the eye.
Turnabout's fair play.
Hell yeah, turnabout's fair play up in this bitch.
McIntyre realizing how close he just came to losing the WWE Championship.
Give him a good
And the champion has decided, okay, we're going to play by Randy.
Come on, if you can Claymore a door and still walk, you can Claymore a man's face off.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
This time, McIntyre hits the Claymore.
Opens the door.
And now it's Randy Orton.
He goes.
Orton, who's lifeless.
Tossing Orton into the back of the ambulance.
This match.
McIntyre looking.
No.
What's he doing?
No. End this match.
Don't get cocky.
Don't get penisy. Come on.
It's not getting cocky. Someone else has to come out and do their bit.
You think it's Keith? I mean, Keith's been dicked over by both these guys, so I mean, he can throw them both in.
Oh. Turnabout's fair play.
This is personal. McIntyre measuring.
Oh, punt kick.
To the skull of the legend killer.
Okay, get him in this match for fuck's sake.
One. Drew retains.
Yes. That's
All
it.
All right, let's see who McIntyre faces next. More likely to be someone from SmackDown for the draft. He's beaten everyone on Raw.
I mean, they could move Styles back to Raw.
Yeah, the only reason he went to SmackDown because he didn't want to be near Paul Heyman, and now he's on the same show as him.
Well, now they can move him back, so he can be slightly further away from Paul Heyman.
I feel like Styles isn't gonna move.
The only guy I can think of. Like, Keith is like
Braun's
the only big possibility right now.
What about Braun Strowman? Like he's already on Raw Underground. Might as well make it official.
You said it, Joe. It was all about McIntyre cementing his legacy as WWE champion.
McIntyre and Strowman got a good fight.
This is a huge accomplishment. An ambulance match.
But honestly, that was another good match. It just took like an hour and a half to get there, but yeah, this was another really good match.
Alright.
Through all the pain and punishment, the WWE
Is the ambulance gonna drive away? Did the ambulance drive away?
Yep.
A bad knee, a fractured jaw.
I don't think they can legally drive without a door and a freaking.
Wait. It's Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Hey, we call Ric Flair being involved.
I mean, I kind of say Ric Flair.
That was cool. That was a great way to close off this rivalry. That really was. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was a great match. That was a good match. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but Orton can always say, "Oh, you only beat me because 3 guys interfered."
Yeah. Plus, this leaves Orton off TV for a bit, and hopefully Edge comes back by the end of the year, most likely.
And it would be the Claymore.
This is like
McIntyre that we thought would secure the victory.
If they actually cared about storylines in the 2K games, this would be part of it. Where it's just like you have to fight Randy Orton. but it's like all the people he screwed over in the past have come back to haunt him. And you just like press a button and it's like, oh my god, Shawn Michaels has super kicked him or sweet chin music him. However lazy you want to be about it. But it was still nice to see all those people involved.
All right, we'll have to see how long Drew's champion.
Rated T for teens.
Honestly, the game does look fun.
It does look fun. We brought stuff before, yeah.
It looks alright. Like I've been tempted.
I would wait.
It's not that expensive. It's like half the price of a regular like AAA game. It's just the fact that it's like I have other like okay, I'll say this about the rest about Battlegrounds. If you already have like 2K games, like other WWE 2K games, there's not really a point in buying Battlegrounds. If you don't have a whole lot of 2K games and maybe you want to like spend some time with some younger siblings or like some people that don't really play those games, then it seems like it's fun. It's simple and fun and
I hope they don't make the Hell in a Cell red again this year.
They're
it just
going
doesn't
to,
look well.
dude.
And look at the destruction from the rain.
It doesn't look. It hurts the eyes.
Who are we kidding? They're going to, man. I'm sorry.
They got rid of the Fiend's red lighting.
It hurts your eyes because it gives you hell.
Structure ever conceived in sports entertainment. It will break bodies.
See now, we said statistic there.
A lot of fun to watch from the outside.
Clash of Champions is not over yet because coming up next, it is the matchup for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns is the current champion.
It's a torture
his challenger tonight
to look
is his
at.
cousin,
Roman Reigns versus
the
Jey
battle for the
Uso.
top prize on Friday Night SmackDown is
Sponsored by Hyundai
a family affair.
and Battlegrounds.
And technically, they're second cousins because Jay's dad Rikishi is Roman's cousin.
Chief
and Reigns
second cousin.
But they're still family. That's the whole point.
From a long line of royalty. From the legendary Wild Samoans featuring his uncle Alpha and father Sika.
I mean, it'd be kind of crazy if Roman
the most
and the Usos formed like a new version of the Wild Samoans.
And charismatic icons like Rikishi, father to none other than Roman's challenger Jey Uso.
I really like that promo package.
Joe, say hello, man.
Oh, this is a promo package,
As
yeah.
a young kid growing up,
where all their family members chime in on it.
and John, like, just glued at the hip.
I think Rikishi's the most serious of all of them.
Kids that grew up together, do everything
So,
together,
I
very competitive.
will say this is a personal thing that I had thought about for a long time. If I had the knowledge and I had the ability, I would do a documentary about just the Samoan wrestling legacy.
I think there already has been. There was a documentary DVD that was called The Greatest Wrestling Families, and they're covered in it.
See, I wouldn't, but it's the greatest wrestling families. I want to focus specifically on the Samoans because they are like,
I know we're gonna push it to the limit.
they're the ones that are brought up enough to where it's just like,
but guess what?
Samoans have been a part of wrestling more than anything. Like, they're distinctive compared to every other type of people. And the fact that they're a territory.
it all started with
versus cousin.
Yeah, I know they like to reference The Rock as part of the family. He technically isn't, because Haichi or Maivia was not a blood brother to Alpha and Sika. He was.
And I ain't gonna waste this damn opportunity.
He wasn't a biological brother. He was what they call a blood brother. You know, you cut the hand and you become ceremonial brothers. So I guess in that sense, you could say they're related.
Say hello, man.
I mean, I find it more in terms of wrestling. I find the Samoan side more interesting than any other family.
It definitely has produced the most successful wrestlers.
And for some people, they don't realize like who's related and who's not. And I mean, I know that's part of the business kind of, but it's also interesting to be like, why are so many of these people involved with wrestling?
Yeah, it's just family business. And Alpha and Sika trained a lot of them. A number of them produced world champions: Yokozuna, The Rock, Roman Reigns.
But I mean, they also had, I mean, they are people, they have choices. They could have not been in wrestling.
They chose to do so. Some of them started in football.
Does not mean that Jey Uso is not prepared to be in this position.
Jey Uso has said in his mind he's always been a main event.
I liked it when the Usos did the ceremonial dance when they came out.
He believes if anybody knows Roman Reigns.
Wasn't that when they first, around the time that they first started out?
No, it wasn't when they first started out. They did it for like a little bit after.
I know they went from that to like the prison game.
Yeah, the Uso Penitentiary.
Gold Rush is brought to you in part by Credit One Bank. Visit gocreditone.com. Life ever rewarded. And what a reward it would be for Jey Uso if he could somehow do the unthinkable. Beat Roman Reigns for the Universal title.
Yeah. Jay's not going to win the title, but it'll still be a good match.
It should be.
But honestly, we all know Roman's going to retain his first feud, so if you're going to make his first feud, put it up against somebody who can get a good storyline out of it. But, who's next?
Right now, don't worry about who's next. Worry about what people are going to do now.
Wreck everyone and leave.
I like that. Out of
it's better than
most
the dog.
of the graphics that have been put up, I like that. Just
he got rid of the vest.
Yes, he's vestless. That means he's evil.
They said he was going to get new ring music soon too, which he should have done fucking years ago.
It's not he's vestless, it's evil, it's that he's showing off his tattoos, which is very much a part of his culture. Like both of them are showing off their tattoos. And it's like warrior culture.
Yeah, but the main reason is they're trying to move him, finally move him away from the Shield looking thing. Because he's a heel now.
To make sure his family stays at the top of the food chain.
But in all of those points made by Roman Reigns, not a single lie was told. I have known Roman for many years, and all he has spoken since returning at SummerSlam is the absolute truth.
You asked Roman Reigns an interesting question on your After the Bell podcast, Corey. You asked Roman Reigns who has impressed him in WWE and on Friday Night SmackDown since he was out of action for a number of months. No answer.
Roman Reigns struggled to come up with a single name.
Yeah, best guy left and went to AEW.
That is what is driving Roman Reigns, because Roman believes in his heart of hearts that
one?
he is the reason WWE still exists like it does to this day. WWE needs Roman Reigns, and Roman is going to play by his own rules.
I feel like they're saying for Fiend Reigns at Hell in a Cell.
I think that's a WrestleMania match.
Then I do agree with you, dude. I think they're going to do McIntyre Strowman next.
For 20 years now.
I can see McIntyre Strowman after post-draft.
Another interesting point Roman brought up on After the Bell was that he looks as this return, this current situation.
You know, I wasn't sure how it would turn out. This biggest Strowman. I've actually liked Raw Underground. It's something different. It helps the flow of the show.
I will only give it that. It is different, but other than that, for me,
there's been some good. And also, it's helping make some wrestlers look good. Like it's made Dabba-Kato look good. It's made Dolph Ziggler look good.
I will say I told Chris this. I have not been following any WWE stuff other than the pay-per-views. But when it comes to my personal thoughts about Shane McMahon and his stuff, I am all for it because of his history of understanding the wrestlers and wanting to do what's best for them. That Underground, I cannot see that as being. I can only see that being as a positive.
Yeah, it's done a good job of making some wrestlers look like badasses, and people don't even seem to realize that Shane actually played a big role in the creative of the Attitude Era. And from what I'm hearing, people are really liking Shane's creative ideas, and it's probably going to move him to more being in charge of creative.
Well, I think people don't understand how much influence Shane has when it comes to all of this stuff because of the fact that it's like his last name is McMahon. So his style of dealing with things and running the company is somewhat different to Stephanie and Vince. So it's just like, you hear the name McMahon, and it's just like, okay, well, we know what to expect, and it's like you really don't. And
yeah, honestly, when Vince McMahon ever does retire or whatever happens to him, I think the best option would be to have Triple H and Shane run the company.
Remind me to send you a video. Adam Pacitti did what would happen if Vince retired. He wanted to put when he dies, but his editor wouldn't let him, so he has to put retires. But he has a whole. It's really good where he goes with it. I remember. Remind me to send you a link. I'll put that link in the messenger page. But it's a good video.
I mean, overall, I will say Vince had a certain way of doing things, which led to a lot of success, but it's like that way has not been working for a long time, and it's had a kind of stranglehold on things, whereas
I guarantee you he's got butterflies the size of pterodactyls inside
his offspring and people involved with him understood and wish to change it for the better, and it's just because of the fact that he is in charge and the head of the company, in which these changes can't really be implemented because he has such control over the company.
Yeah. But one thing both Shane and Triple H understand, they understand how to do a perfectly balance between innovative new stuff and nostalgia. Like that, the takeover in your house showed that they know when to turn on the nostalgia and when to do something new.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't put it past anybody that it was like Triple H's idea to be like, hey, put Shawn Michaels in there, put Ric Flair in there, put all these people that have like double crossed or have been double crossed by Randy Orton, just to give a little nod to people that have been falling for years.
Paul Heyman certainly sticking the craw of Jey Uso.
Yeah, I don't know who's writing the Retribution storyline. They need to get somebody else on that. I mean, it's not completely dead yet, but it's pretty damn close.
Into the cover. Will he make short work of Jey Uso?
Like, even though you may think it's dead, the Retribution angle,
Jey Uso building speed, momentum.
It's not completely dead, but it's pretty close.
No, but
it can be salvaged.
Dead. It's definitely gonna be salvaged. There's going to be something. It's just, I feel like it's a combination of how the world is at this moment, to where it's like you can't really play off the audience. I feel like that is definitely a factor where it's like,
you can definitely see their reactions.
Yeah. The reactions and like the people that are actually there. Like, think about if people were actually there for the reveal of Retribution,
they always talk about how there's a fine
and they were just online talking about all this stuff. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe this and this and this and all this stuff. It's kind of like some of that is just social media manipulation, which I don't think really works right now because of everything that's been going on. It doesn't have the same effect when it's like you can actively watch a clip of people doing what they're doing, and behind them in the background is a bunch of faces on digital screens.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Did you see the
It's definitely better than what they were doing before.
Yeah, barking at us.
With either no audience or performance center wrestlers.
Steps outside the ring.
It's more genuine because they can just tell the performance center wrestlers how to react. At least it's more genuine. You're getting a more genuine reaction from the audience on the screen.
Well, I mean, it's
now
honestly, I know it's a hard thing when it's like, well, I personally don't know it's a hard thing. I've never done any of this. But when it comes to just, you know, for years, you're presenting your craft as a certain way. And the one thing that you rely on the most is not available to you, so you have to still kind of present it in a way, but you're playing off
that well.
Invisible audience and still engaging them in a way to where they want to interact with you, interact with everything that's been going on. Is definitely hard that like other people that we've watched for years have not experienced.
This whole process has been a work in progress. They've had to figure out, they've made mistakes, they've made some innovations, they had to think on their feet. This never happened before, ever. Had them having to deal with the situation. And I think they made some missteps, but I think this Thunderdome concept works really well. I think it's a good placeholder until they can get real people in the crowd again. And it's definitely better than what they were doing with the Performance Center. So,
Romans realized that. Maybe Jey Uso needs to.
And now in Dynamite, we actually have some people in the crowd now as well, actual real people.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them, but enough to where you can get some genuine reactions, and you still have the wrestlers around ringside.
Yeah.
as long as those people ringside don't try and like rush the talent, which, you know, happened during the last pay-per-view.
Once again at some impressive power shown by Jey Uso, an aptly named Samoan drop, but not enough to dethrone the Universal.
You guys think they brought Cody Rhodes back too soon?
I don't know. It's too early. It's right now. He only just made his return. I can't tell you right off the bat.
I don't disagree with any of those.
The thing is, there's 6 weeks. There's 6 weeks until Full Gear.
Well, they're setting up a rematch for the anniversary show. So like next week, Cody has to respond to the dog collar match challenge, and then
that's one thing. Cody really likes to bring up these old territory things his dad were involved in, and that could be good. But they didn't really give any reason for it to be a dog collar match. Like, really just like, I got a dog collar, let's have a dog collar match.
Well, like when it comes to those kind of decisions, I feel like it's just it's for some of the hardcore demographic of wrestling, and then for others it's more just like it's insane, like seeing someone out for a certain period of time. If you're watching wrestling, it kind of just is the norm. So if you see Cody out for a set period of time, like if you're expecting him to be out for a whole year, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Not a whole year, but at least enough time for them to give Brody Lee some breathing room to be really portrayed as a dominant champion, which he's only kind of recently been portrayed that way. Because I don't think. Because Cody's going to win that dog collar match. He's made his return. He's going to get the title back. I think Brody Lee should have had a longer
So you can't actually confirm that because of the fact that he had a match against MJF in which it was, hey, the stipulation is if you don't win, you can't challenge for this title ever again.
What does that do with the TNT title?
Guys, your guys are. I hate to interrupt this, but like you're talking about AEW in the middle of. No offense, I don't mind, but in the middle of a main event.
We're reacting like Roman's beating down Uso. When something happens,
like right now he's like back talking him a lot. Like Roman's back talking Jay a lot throughout this match. Even Paul Heyman's answering his 5 cents in. Or his 2 cents in.
Behind every shot he delivers.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I feel like we should save the AEW talk for like another time. That's all. It's not you guys.
All right.
Well, we're probably not gonna be able to talk about that for another 6 weeks.
No, that's fine.
Look, I agree. Look, I'll say this about it. I'll say this about it. I don't want Cody to get the TNT title back. I think the dog collar match should be non-title. It should just be about kicking Brody's ass for what he did to himself, Brandy, and Dustin. You know, and we should move on from there and have Brody won a title for a bit longer than just like what only amount of time Cody's been out of injury. It shouldn't just go right back to him. That would make no sense. That's WWE styles of logic in that sense. It would be so fucking stupid if they did that. You know?
So
let Brody hold it on to it for a while, and then eventually, you know, I don't know, Scorpio Sky takes it from him eventually. You know, somebody like that.
My thought on that is that if you're gonna go that route, in which it like emasculates Brody Lee in some way, it makes him doubt himself. That's great because it's good for the storyline and good for his character to where he's just wondering what's going on, and it helps because of every single aspect of his character that we've seen so far. Other than that, I will just like push that aside and focus on this, because like I said before, the Samoan tats are very much about like warrior culture.
Jay's opportunity. He somehow needs to push the pace.
And it's pretty much what I expected of both of these wrestlers in terms of the match, where it's they're not trying for a certain goal, and it's more of
good move.
It's not like really ending the other person. It's more of making sure that this person understands what they're capable of.
Jey Uso to this point a few moments
and
ago had very little, if any, success, but Uso still
like
has the wherewithal
your
to change
success
his strategy.
was brought about by me. I am part of you, and you are part of me. So don't think that you did everything on your own.
1, 2, counts.
This match reminds me a bit of more of like a Brock Lesnar kind of match. Ooh, that was a nice 2.9 there. That was nice.
This was a Brock Lesnar match. It'd be 5 minutes in, he'd already be winded.
Well, this is what happens when it's a good when Brock Lesnar wants to do a lengthy match. Let's not forget that really good match he had with Bryan at Survivor Series a couple years ago.
You mean the match where he spent most of the time beating the shit out of him?
But it was actual good match. Like the last really generally good Lesnar match I've seen in a while.
They kicked him in the dick and started getting some offense in.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm
Kick
completely fine
City.
with this. I don't want I honestly don't want him to be like a Lesnar squash type. You know, for this match at least. You know, I want him.
He shouldn't be booked in any way as like Lesnar, because Lesnar for years has been just like dominating people one way or another. There's been a few instances in which he finds the way out of certain situations, but he's just a dominant figure. Reigns, on the other hand, is smaller in mass, and it's just like it's more about the spirit and the attitude for him compared to the strength and dominance that Lesnar has.
Yeah. The very famous members of this bloodline over the years in WWE, and the one thing all those superstars have in common
if Roman comes out of this and does an F5 on his cousin, that would be weird. Something else.
Also, Jay,
that would be weird.
Particularly Romans, it's the mean streak, which has served this family so very well over the years.
Roman's ready. I see that Roman allowed that to show personality.
Yeah, that's another thing. For this situation, you have to show Roman's personality. You have to show.
Ooh, 1, 2. Oh, his nice new teeth. Oh, he just bought those, Jay.
No, fuck off.
Uso splash. 1, 2. Oh!
Kick out again. See, this is like
that was his best move.
Dick punch.
Is he okay?
It was a low blow. He kicked out and low blowed him.
Oh.
He did? I missed that. Okay, let's see it.
First, the splash that Jimmy Uso lands perfectly. But watch the kick out. Watch Roman Reigns' left arm.
Oh, I missed that before.
That was on
maybe
purpose.
incidental contact. I mean, Roman was
What?
trying to kick out, but
Yeah, it was.
Incidental contact, aka I'm gonna win this bitch.
But he's laughing. It was totally on purpose.
Now the smile crosses the face of the Universal Champion. Jey Uso was moments away, Corey.
right.
Yeah, man. There's that heel tendency.
And Jey trying to recover from a blow that looked low.
Oh,
Spear.
Well, they got Charles Robinson.
What I was
Appreciate this.
telling you guys earlier about the like torturing kind of aspect of him.
Sorry.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not. You brought me all the way out here. You brought the chief all the way out here, huh? Yeah. Acknowledge me. Say it to me. Say it to me. Tell me. I want you to call me chief.
I want you to call me chief.
Your tribal chief. Do it.
Call me Strip. Call me Strip.
Now.
You ain't no chief.
You a bitch.
Do it. Say it.
Oh!
Defiant Jey Uso.
He's gonna torture him until he says it.
His new submission move.
He's
Spirit
gonna
Don, call me
torture
chief.
him until he can't say anything. He's not gonna say it, but he's gonna torture him until he can't say anything.
That I'm the tribal chief. That I'm the head of the table. You understand? Look at this. Look at. You see my camera over here? That's my camera. This is my WWE.
This is my camera. This is my WWE.
That I am
Dude.
the table, the tribal chief, the boss. I own it all. I run it all. I feed everyone. You tell them. Tell the whole world now. Not today. Not today.
He ready to go out. He ready to go out on his own.
Super kick him.
Roman's been working on a new finisher.
Call the yeah, it's called the tell the cameras use a bitch.
Well, Paul Heyman's trying to get him to finish it.
Don't want you to tell me. I need him to acknowledge me. That is how this works right now. I need him to.
He said, I need him to acknowledge it.
You don't want to acknowledge me?
Witness me.
You don't want to
Witness
acknowledge
me.
me, huh?
I'm Batman. Here we go. This is what people have been waiting for.
Roman Reigns obliterating Jey Uso.
Lil Niche. It's my ring. I own you.
Don't ever make me address you again.
God damn. I'm loving
You won't
this.
have a job. Just
Dude.
shut your mouth and let me go to work.
Dude, I'm loving
Family
this.
business here.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Charles Robinson considering stopping this.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. What? Acknowledge me.
But I told you guys, he's just torturing him.
Yeah, that's what everybody was expecting.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
Witness me.
Come on, listen to me. You can listen. Come on. I've been whooping his ass like this my whole life.
God damn.
So I've been whooping his ass like this my whole life.
Except that one time
My
he hit you.
whole family's watching right now. Your children, my nephews are watching right now.
That's Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy Uso.
He's gonna throw in the towel. No, don't throw in the towel, man.
I'm throwing this in, Bruce. I'm You hear me? I'm throwing this in, Oos. I'm throwing this in, Oos. It's all good. You don't need to prove a damn thing to this fool, man. You hear me? You don't need to prove nothing to this fool, Oos. I'm throwing it in, Oos. Come on.
Dude, I'm loving this. God damn.
Jones, I'm throwing it, Oos. No. Come on, get this fool.
You acknowledge me as well.
No, forget this fool.
You come in here and you acknowledge me. You and me.
Don't do it.
In the knee and you tell me that I'm the head of the table.
Don't do
let
it.
the whole world know.
Joe.
That's right.
Joe. Oos.
Oh my God.
Oos. Forget this.
Just throw it.
Get him. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
By the way, it's nice to see Jimmy Uso back.
Don't do it.
Did I forget to mention that?
And you're gonna listen to him. Come on, Oos. I'm throwing it, Oos. I'm throwing it, man. Let's throw it, man. Let's throw it. Come on, man. You ain't got nothing to prove, man. You ain't got nothing to prove.
Jimmy, throw in the towel, damn it.
Ring the bell. Get him off. Get him off. It's over. It's over. Get him off, man. That's enough. That's enough, man. You got it, all right? That's what you want.
God damn it.
This what you want? We family, man. What the hell wrong with you, Oos? You the chief, man. You the tribal chief. That's what you want? You got it, man. Just leave him alone. You the chief, Oos. Just chill.
Oh, he wants him to, like, announce it. Oh, god damn.
You got it, man.
Jaded never gave up.
Oh, the...
Here's your winner and still the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
That almost makes... That, like, just almost wants me to give this such a high grade. This figure, just on that alone. Fuck, man.
You have to ask yourself, if Roman Reigns was willing to do this to his own family member, to his own blood, what will the Universal Champion be capable of doing to everyone else?
I see Bryan coming back and challenging him next. I mean, you can't get any more babyface than Daniel Bryan.
We really need to see Roman Reigns beat Daniel Bryan again.
I don't mind it this time, though. There's a difference.
Fastlane.
I don't mind it, though, this time. There's a difference. So, that was the WWE Clash of Champions 2020. And I can honestly tell you there were 3 really good matches. The rest was all over the goddamn place. So, let's get into it. First up was the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which got bumped to kickoff. We got swapped with the Raw Women's Championship for kickoff. Lucha House Party versus Naka. What? Mo, come up with a name with them for them.
Ars Collective. That's what
No, that was with Zayn.
That's what they're still referred as.
I mean, let's say we're going with old school 80s wrestling. They're just called the Foreigners.
Okay, so the Foreigners. Okay, so they got the Lucha House Party versus the Foreigners of Nakamura and Cesaro. This is a fun little kickoff match. The biggest surprise was it was Dorado and Kalisto going after the titles, which that was a surprise considering what's been going on with them recently. Some good spots here and there. Some good action. Everybody in this match is an amazing wrestler. So what little time they had, they put on a decent enough match. So nothing much else to say other than that. You guys got anything else to say about that?
That's a good kickoff match.
I feel like it was a longer more substantial match than the previous kickoff matches that we've seen lately.
It was longer than 4 of the main card matches.
Oh, you're looking up the official times?
Yeah, it was 10 minutes, 45 seconds.
Like I said, it was a nice, solid kickoff match overall. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not even thinking about time. I'm just thinking about like capabilities of the wrestlers and what was going on in the ring. It didn't seem like they were like just rushing to a finish.
No, they weren't. And like I said, it was actually for kickoff. For considering we got thrown to kickoff, this was still a good kickoff match overall. Next up, easily, this could be debated with the main event match, but easily my personal pick for best match of the night, which is the Intercontinental Championship match, triple threat match for the, we already said Zayn, Styles, and Hardy. Oh, this was fun. This was
good.
Hella fun. Good times. Where do you even start with this? I got a list of some of the more memorable spots. So, Hardy taking that nasty bump when the ladder was like this. That was one. Styles throwing a step ladder at Sammy, which was funny as hell. Sammy almost getting hit with a ladder, but thankfully, because of where he was in the corner of the turnbuckle, only got some slight bruising on his knees, which was ridiculous. Let's see. The Swan, of course, Jeff Hardy's signature swanton off a ladder, which was nice. We got, let's see, Sammy. Oh, the most clever part was near the end, of course, where Sammy, Ultimate Opportunity takes out 2 pairs of handcuffs Hardy to the ladder on his earlobe, of all fucking things, and then proceeds to do it to Styles, but then then Sammy handcuffs himself to Styles, and then as they're halfway up, and while Jeff's distracting him, pulls out a key from his mouth, unlocks himself, and attaches Styles to the ladder, which lets Sammy grab both titles, and is now the true, definitive Intercontinental Champion. Undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
Sami Zayn is awesome. Sami Zayn is awesome. Let's go.
What else can you say about this match that hasn't already been said? It was just fun from beginning to end. Really enjoyable spots. A couple of close calls. Like one spot I forgot to mention is the one where Jeff falls out of the ring with the ladder. That looked like more gruesome than it appeared to be, but it looks like Jeff was fine overall. But Jesus Christ, this was such a good match. Your guys' thoughts?
It was a really good match. I think it was match of the night. Like it kind of depends on whether you consider the best match in terms of storytelling or best match in terms of in-ring action.
Yeah, because
when it comes to in-ring action, I'd say it was this match. Story, you could go with the main event.
Main event Andy. I would say the main event and the ambulance match. Go on, Mo.
So yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Sami Zayn earned that win.
Yeah.
Through sheer heelish brilliance.
Hell yeah.
And so yeah, we'll have to see where Sami goes next with the IC title. Will Hardy and Styles still chase him, or will he move on to somebody new? We saw like a few weeks ago, Cesaro Nakamura kicked him out of the locker room because he wasn't an actual champion. But now that he's the Intercontinental Champion, Nakamura Styles still SmackDown Tag Champions, they probably could be united with each other.
Undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
Undisputed Intercontinental Champion, yes.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, I think he may rejoin the Artist Collective, may become the Artist Collective again, not just the Foreigners. Mo, what did you think?
In terms of sheer brilliance and just the fact that you haven't seen Sami on a pay-per-view and a pay-per-view match in a while, it was great because just you couldn't be thoroughly disappointed in anybody in that match. It was just Sami outsmarted everyone, and it's just like, how are you going to do a match when someone is like assuming that they are the undisputed Intercontinental Champion when they haven't been on the show in months at a time? well, you're going to do this. And it's like Jeff Hardy is always a fan favorite. AJ has been doing some like turncoat heelish stuff. How are you going to resolve that? They get their comeuppance by handcuffs. And I think that tactic was what solidified Sammy as just a manipulator, which I feel like that's how he's going to retain his title for months on end. And it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I can't wait to see where we go next with Sammy and the title, the IC title. So next up, we got the 24/7 Championship Shenanigans. Scrooge walking around backstage with a little Jimmy. Leaves, still suspicious of everybody. Does not, while talking to the rest, doesn't notice walking in like this Drew Gulak in the background. Drew Gulak rolls him up and becomes the 24/7 champion. His second title since joining the second singles title since joining the main roster. Then after that, we got what was supposed to be a kickoff match bumped to the main match because the women's tag title, we found out now, the women's tag title match was completely scrapped, which was the Raw Women's Championship match as Asuka defended against Zelina Vega. So Nick, how long was this match?
Let me see. This match was 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
Okay, because it felt like that. I give props. They let Zelina get some good offense in, but in the end, it was about what you expected. You knew Zelina wasn't going to win. You knew Asuka was going to main dominant, and for the most part, they did make Zelina look good. But yeah, it was too. This had little to no build up, so it just felt really obvious by the end of it. So I mean,
yeah, and it looks like it's not over because Zelina took a cheap shot after the match.
Yeah. So they may build it up to maybe Hell in a Cell or something like this, so they can actually have a proper feud or something. I don't know. What do you guys think of this overall?
It was okay. It was just kind of there. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was predictable. I guess it's going to continue. Maybe one more match on Raw. Then I'd actually like to see a proper Asuka Mickie James match because that last one ended kind of weird.
Yeah, definitely. Mo?
I feel like it's kind of hard to determine how long certain feuds are gonna go in this day and age. Obviously this is not over, but it'll be interesting to see what they try and squeeze out of this lemon, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of those things. You're going to have a bit of a hill to climb to make this rivalry seem relevant over the next few weeks, possibly until Hell in a Cell. So we'll have to wait and see because, like we found out during this, the draft is like not this week, but next week. So, so next up we got the United States Championship match as Bobby Lashley defended against Apollo Crews. So next up, it was fine. I think, I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed their SummerSlam match a bit more. Or was it Payback? It was Payback. I feel like I enjoyed their Payback match a bit more. But other than that, this was another one where I was like, it was just okay for me. Just like nothing really much. And the biggest highlight I can give is MVP just smack talking Apollo while he's like dazed in the corner. But other than that, it's about what you expect. Lashley wins with the Hurt Lock. So, what'd you guys think?
It was kind of there. I just felt like it was there because they needed the belt defended, and they didn't really have anybody else for Lashley to fight. And it was pretty obvious that Lashley was going to win. The in-ring action was good. I just think the fact that the match was a little too predictable kind of took a little bit away from it. But now that Apollo's family lost against Lashley can move on to his next opponent.
Yeah, Mo?
I think that it's just in pay-per-view terms, because I, at this point, only follow the pay-per-views. it's kind of just like this specific group of people fight against each other for this one championship. And it's nice that, you know, sometimes they're not the pre-show match, but it seems like WWE doesn't expect a whole lot from this.
Yeah.
Where it's always like either the first match, the pre-show, or just like they don't even have a match. So I kind of, from my perspective, I don't expect a whole lot going on. It's the same few people feuding against each other for the same title.
Yeah. Okay, so let me double check our next match. Okay, so next up we had this is kind of sad because I feel like this was going to go on longer, and it was building up. So we got the Raw Tag Team Championship match, was Street Profits versus Andrade and Garza. Yeah, this match didn't really get to take off. Lot of good opening back and forth. Garza and Andrade really working like a team. Them both claiming it's because of Zelina that they haven't been able to work like a cohesive unit. I guess they tried to prove that point here. But unfortunately, the match had to be ended short because Garza suffered legit injury. And so Street Profits were able to retain because of it. So there's not much to say on this match. It was building up, but then that happened, and it just sucks because I think they could put on a really good match. I threw shade at this because, like, this rivalry's been going on for what feels like forever. But I feel like there's like two still really good tag teams going at it, and it could put on a really good match. But it is what it is. So if you guys want, quick thoughts before I move on because there's not much to say about this one.
Yeah, it looks like something went wrong at the end. That was not the planned ending.
Yeah.
I guess I'm looking on Twitter now to see if anybody's saying what happened. But let's see if I can figure it out. I don't see anybody talking about it. I guess we'll figure out maybe tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll probably find out sometime next week. We'll find out next week. We'll find next in like probably sometime tomorrow. We'll probably get an update on it. I'm hoping it's something minor, man. I feel bad that at this time it happened to him. I honestly really do hope it's just like a minor injury or something, not serious, and probably be out like a few weeks at most. Let's see.
It looks like Garza hit his head.
So may have been a concussion. Okay, so Mo, any thoughts on this?
As is the nature of this business and the culture, like if you are completely new to professional wrestling, you would think it's like, okay, that was a weird mistake, but it's just like, if you have enough knowledge about the business, you understand something was wrong. And in this case, as well as the All Out pay-per-view, there was something that was obviously wrong, in which you couldn't play it off in any way without people suspecting something is wrong. So I think that was the case here, in which something went wrong. Someone may have been injured in a way in which they couldn't continue. So the best way to finish the match was what we saw. It's just unfortunate in the fact that camera angles were replayed and reproduced, because I feel like in that instance, if it was maybe from more of the referee's angle, you could have played it off a little bit more. But when they replayed it, and it was like, it was obvious that the shoulder was up, and it was obvious that you see the not desperation, but you see the look on his face, where it's just like, oh man, I should have had it. This match should have gone on for longer. That's all I have.
Okay, yeah, I know it's a hard thing to really talk about because the match didn't really get to take off. So, but we have a slightly brighter note going into, which is part 2 of the shenanigans with the 24/7 title. Thanks to the Metal Bull that R-Truth's been carrying around, he's able to knock out Drew Gulak enough to get a 3 count and get his title back. So, cool.
40-time champion.
Yay! So next up, we got a Bayley promo because, like I said, Nikki Cross was unable to compete tonight. So they had a promo where she just wanted to be counted as the winner. But then out popped Asuka, who decided to challenge her instead for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And there's not much to say. Of course, the main focus was going to be Nikki Cross and stuff. But, of course, since she couldn't show, they had to make this short and sweet. So that's what it was. We got a little taste of what they usually are capable of, 2 really good wrestlers. And then Bayley just clocks Asuka with a chair, protects Bayley, protects Asuka. And, and then afterwards is when Sasha attacks. She attacks Bayley. They have a little back and forth, but then eventually Sasha is able to get the high ground in the ring at the end. So, any thoughts about the promo, the match, and the after the match part?
The promo's good. Honestly, I would have chosen someone other than Asuka for this. Like, you could have honestly did anyone. You could have done Naomi. You could have done literally anyone. And because honestly, Asuka got her victory tonight. We didn't need to see her get hit with a chair. And yeah, she won the match by DQ, but the lasting image is still her getting knocked out with a chair and Bayley. That's not going to be followed up, so I didn't see the point in that. If it was like someone like Naomi, you could at least have like a rematch on SmackDown or something.
Yeah, but Naomi's just getting out of surgery.
Oh, I said someone.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of women. Like, you could have pulled someone from NXT, anyone. Like, I just don't see why it had to be Asuka.
And I get you. Mo, thoughts?
I will say, in contrast to that, Asuka probably was the only choice in the fact that in the previous pay-per-view, we had just watched her do a double run in terms of matches in which she had to fight for titles or in that capacity. So this could be just a callback. It's like, who's going to fight against Bayley when she presents an open challenge? Asuka, because she has a vendetta against not just Bayley but also Sasha. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, it's like Asuka could have both of the belts, and that is an exciting prospect to have. Then if it's just like Naomi, we haven't seen Naomi fight for a title in a long time on a pay-per-view. Like, I'm thinking of this in terms of a pay-per-view. Naomi hasn't been on a pay-per-view in a while. She's been on the main shows, but she hasn't been on pay-per-view. So if you see her suddenly show up on a pay-per-view, it's just like, oh, this is definitely not going to be anything. Whereas Asuka has already been proven to be a threat to everything that Bayley holds dear, which is why she was chosen.
Right. Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, Asuka is a nice choice. It's a nice little. I honestly think it's a nice little surprise. You're not expecting Asuka to show up. You're expecting somebody from SmackDown, a lady from SmackDown, to show up. But I think I agree, Mo. I think it was just a nice little surprise to keep the fans entertained, considering that they had to scrap the SmackDown Women's Championship match they originally had planned. So I did enjoy that. So next up after that, we got the WWE Championship match, an ambulance match. Playing Drew McIntyre against Randy Orton. I like this match. This was in terms of like a blend of like story and like good work overall. This was one of my favorites of that nice blend. Some good stuff overall. Starting the ring at first, a little back and forth. Then Big Show shows up, beardless, and proceeds to choke slam or enter the commentary table. Some more scrappy back and forth between the two stars. Even at one point, when it gets near the ambulance, Drew McIntyre claymores a motherfucking ambulance door off and is still able to walk afterwards. Which, okay. Okay. Then they fight more. They fight into the catering area, and just as things are looking at Orton's side, Christian shows up to proceed to give Orton a beat down for a bit. Then he eventually leaves, and then they continue fighting, get back out to the ambulance area. They get on top of the ambulance, but not before Orton puts McIntyre through the ambulance front window, which those always look like but they have more back and forth. Matt Orton's eventually standing tall on top of the ambulance, and then Shawn Michaels shows up, proceeds to super kick Orton, and then does my favorite hand gesture of the night. Shows him off into some tables on the floor, on the ground. Then some more close calls with Orton McIntyre. Orton gets really close to winning. McIntyre's able to counter, get out of the ambulance, hit a Claymore, and then afterwards, just before he closes the door, proceeds to punt kick Orton's face off, and then proceeds to win. And then we see our last little special guest, which is Ric Flair, who drives the ambulance off. The end. Okay, overall, enjoyed this. This was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice way to cap off the Orton-McIntyre rivalry, and I can't wait to see her go. I feel like Orton's not going to come back for a bit, and when he does come back, it'll be eventually back to facing Edge, because we all already know that's not done yet, that little rivalry there. But your guys' thoughts overall on the ambulance match?
It was a really good match. It was a lot of fun. One of the best ambulance matches I've seen. Got a lot of cameos. This was basically Orton's comeuppance match. Everyone he screwed over this past year, with the exception of Edge, because obvious reasons, got a little revenge on him in this match. I can see some people complaining that, it makes McIntyre look a little weak because he needs help from 3 people. But more like, this is just Randy Orton's actions coming. It's just karma coming back to bite him in the ass. Mm-hmm. And it was entertaining. Honestly, my favorite attack on Orton was from Shawn Michaels. He just pushed Orton off the ambulance top after he super kicked him.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of one of my favorite parts of the match.
There was some other great moments from Orton, like when after McIntyre kicked the door off and he gave the Glasgow kiss to Orton in the head. Orton just looked out of it and just started foaming at the mouth. It was just great. Like, people don't give Orton enough credit for that. He's a great performer in the ring. And overall, this is a fun match. Drew McIntyre is still a champion, and like we talked about earlier, I think his next few opponents will be determined by whoever gets drafted from SmackDown to Raw.
Yeah. Mo, what'd you think of this match?
This was a match, if anything, for legacy fans. Mm-hmm. It's not like, this isn't a match that you kind of show to people that aren't into WWE and haven't watched it before. And it's not the people that haven't watched it in maybe 5 to 8 years, I want to say. It's more for those people that understand Randy Orton, because this was more of a Randy Orton match. Because why else would you focus on all these people that show up out of the blue? If you haven't been watching, you don't know the significance of being sweet chin music off an ambulance, or having an old man drive the ambulance away that that makes you the loser of this match, or any of these other cameos, or the Big Show just showing up. It's like, oh, I've seen the Big Show before and other things. It's like, why is he here? You wouldn't understand that if you weren't a longtime fan of WWE.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this whole match is about. It's more focused on Randy Orton and, like Nick said, all about the comeuppance. It's not about Drew at this point. It's just about like displaying, oh, this is how he's gonna lose. It's because all these like so-called ghosts are coming back to haunt him and give him his due that he hasn't gotten in such a long time.
Yeah. So next up, we got the main event of our night, the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. So basically, this match, I kept on alluding to it, but it felt like more of an involved version. Now I think about evolved version of a Brock Lesnar match. So basically, a lot of good like Roman dominating majority, a good chunk of the beginning. Jey having comebacks here and there. Jey getting a bit of a comeback. Roman smack talking the shit out of Jey the entire time. Just like every time he had a like one over. Then like Jey gets a very strong like comeback and stuff like that. Goes for a splash, hits it, but then when the ref's counting to 3 and Roman kicks out, he blatantly, I missed it until they showed a replay, he blatantly low blows Jey and with a shitty grin afterwards, and then proceeds after to pretty much beat the ever-loving shit out of Jey, trying to force him to call him a tribal chief, getting in Charles Robinson's face, telling Paul Heyman, no, you can't say, no, you don't say it. I want him to say it. Keeps on beating him down. Then Jimmy, who we haven't seen in ages, finally comes out with a white towel, is begging Jey to let him throw in the towel. Jey's not having it. Jey's not doing it. Like, he's not doing it. Then, like, Jimmy he doesn't want to see his brother get hurt anymore. Throws in the towel, gets Roman off of Jey, and then, like, calls him the chief, just tells him to back the fuck off, leave him alone. And then the lay that Jey comes in, Heyman gets it for Roman, and he puts on Roman, and whoo boy, what a match. This was such an amazing story-driven match. Just, whoo, man. I mean, this felt like what happens when Brock Lesnar actually cares kind of match. Like it does. When Brock Lesnar cares, he can put on a really good match. I've always said that. And this felt like an evolved version of that, where it's Roman and, like, Jey's, like, heating up, gets knocked down a couple times, and gets a really big rush going at near the end, but ultimately fails in capturing the Universal title. And I just felt like this was amazing. This clearly 100% stamp shows Reigns is a heel, folks. Do not get it twisted. And I forgot, I think Corey or Cole made a good point after it. If he does this to a member of his family, imagine what he does to anybody else who gets in his way. Yeah. You know, that was one of my favorite lines of the night from commentary, was that line. Just really good stuff. I actually, one of my favorite matches of the night. So what are your guys' thoughts?
It was a really good match. Great storytelling. Definitely solidified Roman Reigns as one of the best heels around right now. It is a great performance by both men. It definitely made Roman Reigns look like a ruthless person because he did this to his own family. Mm-hmm. We'll have to see who Roman's next opponent is. Honestly, it could be anybody because it's the draft. That's what makes things so unpredictable.
Yeah.
And, overall great match. The only other match I can think of right now that I compare to in terms of in-ring storytelling was the Cody versus Dustin match.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
From, what was it? It was Double or Nothing.
It was the first Double or Nothing.
Yeah, first Double or Nothing 2019. And great in-ring action, but more importantly, it was great in-ring storytelling.
Great. Mo, what are your thoughts?
It didn't disappoint. I saw pretty much what I expected. Roman's being ruthless to his cousin, and the build up, if you had followed it all the way through all of the shows up to this pay-per-view, I feel like it was a pretty good payoff. You should have expected Roman to retain and win, but it was all about how he got to that point. And in terms of what's gonna happen next, I would like to see Roman develop some MMA moves or some submission moves to where people are expecting Superman punch and he just comes into some kind of Kimura or ankle lock or just something to where it's just like a submission move for a heel wrestler always makes it seem like they're more brutal.
Right. Yeah, that was Clash of Champions 2020. My overall grade is going to be a C+. I don't think that the whole new COVID wave that we hit completely ruined it tonight. Because, like, the only thing it really ruined was, like, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. And we got no Women's Tag Team Championship match, which kind of sucks. Those things really brought down a bit. Another downside is, where the fuck was Retribution? You know, for this team that's all anti-WWE. They seem to not touch WWE pay-per-views at all. You know, it's like, what the fuck? You know, it's just, what the hell? But no, the other downsides are, like, a lot of matches were just, like, all right, man, just nothing special. I feel bad for a Raw tag title match because that could have been a great match, but of course Garza got the injury, so they had to end it quickly. That could have been an entertaining match overall. I hope Garza's doing okay. Of course, my positives. You know what my positives are. It's probably your guys' positives. The Intercontinental title ladder match, the ambulance match, and the Universal Championship match was absolutely amazing. Those are three biggest matches of the night, hands down. I think fourth would have easily been the Raw tag title match if that match didn't have Garza gain the injury. But C+ is my grade overall for Clash of Champions.
That seems like a bit harsh.
I know, but like going into this, I was expecting a bit more, and what I got instead was like decent U.S. title match I've seen like a couple of times before. I give the Raw tag title a pass because like, you know, it's, you know, the injury, but like it's a rivalry we've seen before though, and like there's a couple of things where it just felt like this was just a placeholder until we get to the next really big pay-per-view event, which would probably be Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, but
Zelina, like for example, like Zelina Asuka, that was just scrapped together last minute because all the titles had to be on the line. Hell, all the titles weren't on the line technically tonight because they scrapped the women's tag title match.
That was outside their control.
Yeah, that was outside. I'll give them that. It was outside their control, but then you still got to factor in like, you know, you're trying to prove Retribution's a thing, and then they don't show up at all. You know, what the hell? You know, you give us the Raw Women's Championship match on the main card, but then you still make it about the length it would have been on the kickoff show. And then the much better match that should have been on the main card got bumped to kickoff.
Oh, you know why they did that.
I know. I already know why. And like I said, I'd give it a pass on because I would, if not for that, I probably would give this a C, but I'll give it a C+ because like I said, there was still stuff to enjoy. There's still stuff to enjoy overall tonight.
Yeah. So my opinion on the show is the middle part of the show, nothing outstanding. There was nothing bad. None of the matches were bad.
No, none matches were horrible.
So, and honestly, SmackDown tag titles, Intercontinental title, both world title matches, especially the last three I mentioned, were all fantastic. All fantastic matches. The other matches to me weren't bad enough to drag it down too much. So honestly, I'm going to give it an A. A minus.
Okay.
A minus.
Okay, Mo.
So, in terms of overall and not following every show, every week leading up to this, I want to say it's at least a B, because
okay,
it's like there was some good work done out there tonight. Some things were, of course, out of their control, but when it came to like really, it seemed like there were only two major storyline matches, which was like the Uso Reigns match and then the Intercontinental match, because the ambulance match seemed more of a pandering to, as enjoyable as it was, it very much seemed like a pandering kind of match to people who followed WWE for years like we do. So it's like, it's not going to be of any significance or consequence after the fact. It's not going to be like, hey, these guys screwed me over in this match because I screwed them over years ago. Watch it on network. It's just overall, it just seemed all right. So
yeah, if I think about it a bit more, I could bump it up to a B minus at the very least. But like, I don't know, I agree with that. Like there was stuff. It was just a mix. The middle of this pay-per-view was a mixed bag. It was a serious mixed bag of like, it was decent good decent matches, some questionable things here and there, but like, no, like I said, I'm gonna stick with my C plus though. I'm gonna do C plus. Like I said, there's still matches I would still recommend watching. So go to this pay-per-view and watch. I still highly recommend watching the IC title match. And I would definitely, like, if you're invested in Reigns' new heel turn thing, definitely watching the Universal Championship match. This wasn't like a complete bomb. I do agree with you, Nick. None of the matches were bad. I don't think any matches were god awful. I just feel like they were all right. Yeah. Like, I think they were all right, but like for me, all right is around the C area, so that's why I'm giving it a C plus. But that have been our reactions to Clash of Champions. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about the lack of retribution, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you guys thought of WWE Clash of Champions : Gold Rush. Was there stuff you really enjoy? What were your favorite matches? Were there stuff you really enjoyed, stuff you really hated? Where do you think you should have gone with some of the matches? Where do you think they should have gone with some of the matches? What are your thoughts about where we're going next come the draft? Because the draft is right around the corner. So, like, let us know your guys' thoughts down below. But then I want you to have our reaction overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. And, of course, one of our last bits is, aside from you, Mo, where they can find you anywhere on the internet, Nick, where can everybody find you?
You can find my weekly wrestling articles, Spandex, Suplexes, a wrestling review, every Saturday afternoon on FloridaGeekScene.com. Also check out the first episode of my spin-off series, Spandex Suplex, the interview series, where I have my debut guest, which is 17-year veteran Alex Chamberlain.
Sweet. And of course, on the next episode of 123 Wrestling here on SRB TV, we're going back to the Impact Zone, folks, as coming up next is Impact's Bound for Glory 2020. So only know one match so far, and hoping to see the rest of the matches going to be doing good.
Oh, they've announced a few other matches.
Well, we don't have to get into here, but suffice to say, if Impact can put on a fun show like they did with Slammiversary, I think I'm in for a fun treat. But until next time, folks, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
I'm Muscle Jamma.
Oh, and also, sorry. Also, I'm Strib.
I guess I'm Slab.
There we go. And this has been a very gold-filled episode of 123 Wrestling. So, of course, we will see you later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
or any one of our other SRP shows,
check out one of our playlists down below.
If you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter
and Stardust
at Super React Bros.